Hey folks, we are back for episode 47 of the Quarantine Cast here on Beyond the Brick. I'm Joshua Hanlon, and I've got Brian, Kirk, and Jeff joining me to chat about some Looney Tunes minifigures and build something I'm sure as well along the way. Do you have anything to build today, Brian?
Oh, you mean Lego?
I mean, Bionicle preferably, but...
Oh, Lego. I have, okay, so for today, I have from last week still this Monkey Kid set that I had failed to build last week because I was too enraptured with Jang existing. So maybe this week I'll actually get to building this, unless we have some spicy conversation as always, you know? We'll see.
There's always spicy conversation with you on the stream. I have this Technic excavator, heavy-duty excavator. It's a pretty small set, actually, but Lego sent this a while back, so I thought I'd give it a shot. Kirk got a bad haircut, so he doesn't want to show himself on stream
That is not true. I am struggling with my camera right now, and I don't know why it's not working.
Bold of you to bleach it, though, Kirk.
Unplug it and plug it back in, Kirkland.
Okay, you see, that's something that you would hear from like someone on customer service, and they would tell you to do that. Just, did you unplug it, and did you plug it back in?
You know, sometimes it actually works. You ever think that?
I mean, yeah.
There's a reason customer service people tell you that.
I did try it, but it didn't work. Hold on.
Is it plugged in the right way, Kirk?
It is. I think the issue is just the wire is like stupid. It's Canon's wire for the camera, but then it's not working right now. I gotta check the setting real quick, and then I think I should.
Anyways, Jeff, what are you building? What do you got?
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm transitioning from Kirk complaining about his camera.
Hey,
this is how professionals do it, Jeff.
I'm building the 3-in-1 mech.
Cool.
Yeah. I would like to point out that Kirk probably blew whatever deal he might have ever had with Canon by saying that their wire is done. So way to go, Kirk.
Oh, he was so close to that
right.
advertising deal with Canon.
Mm-hmm. He was so close.
Sorry, Canon. Call me later.
Well, now that we have that established, another amazing week in the realm of Lego with all sorts of news and things going on. The topic of the oh, look who decided to wake up at the crack of anyways.
Look who decided, just as we were getting into things going on in the community, he decided to come in and share some of his opinions again.
Thanks, Dan. Good morning, buddy.
Oh, Dark 100 over here, or Stupid O'Clock as I call it.
Why are you awake?
Because I set an alarm because I wanted to get up for this.
Wow, look at that.
Right.
That's way more effort than Brian or I put into this stream.
That's
Because
true.
because I enjoy doing the stream. It's fun.
Fun. What?
It's worth getting up for.
Fun.
good fun.
What is fun? Well, I mean, we're honored, of course, always.
Yes, we are.
Good morning to you and everybody else in the chat. Brickman, Isabel, Ben, 2006 Milwaukee as opposed to 2005 Milwaukee. Franco, Noah, K.E., Pixel, everybody, hello. Welcome up. Brandon Booger, hello. And April, hello.
Hi. How's it going?
All the cool kids are trying to get loaded in for the top portion of the show here. Usually these two schmucks wander in toward the back half, but
They realize that if you show up right at the beginning, you get more viewers.
right, that's it. They want to
Something
get
like
all
that. I don't know if that's true actually, but we'll say it is.
Josh, is this scruff continuing, man?
It is. It is.
All right, good.
Going for the Captain America cosplay. Come on.
Oh wow. The Captain America thing has been continuing. And you know what? So I was like, people keep, randomly messaging me, with just a big picture of Captain America head on their TV, like, is this you? And I'm like, if this is going to keep going on, I'll just watch the show and see what it's all about. So I sat down with Timmy, a few other family members, and we watched the first 4 episodes, which is all that's available right now, right?
So you saw up to the end of episode 4.
Yeah.
That's what Joshua's going to come to when he's finally sick of dealing with me. Just like that's it.
See, that's the thing. I hope the comparisons are more for like, the beautiful blue eyes that we share and not like personality traits with Captain America on the show. That's all I need.
No. You ever since these cons haven't been happening as often, it's hard times. You gotta, you gotta get done,
This is not good. We're not advertising it that
Captain America.
Joshua is Captain America when we talked about Bionicle that one time, and he went off the chain about it, and then he was okay later, but he was yeah.
Speaking of Bionicle, I ticked off Bionicle Twitter real good this week. What a spicy week this has been.
When do you not tick off Bionicle Twitter?
All right, so I put on Twitter. I tossed up a poll. Just randomly, with these tweets, John. I was going to say Josh. John does all the work. John, you time them out early in the day, so make sure a lot of people can see them, a lot of exposure, whatever. Right? I just randomly tweeted out at like 2 p.m. whatever it was. It was actually 3:03 p.m. Not an optimal time for a tweet. And I said, "Do you like Bionicle?" in a poll. I got 735 people to participate in the poll, with 86% of people saying yes. So now I have to block 700 people on Twitter because they're wrong.
Wow.
700 people.
That's going to take you a while.
That much hate in your life. Ever. They're all getting blocked. All of them.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been 10,000. If I said if 10,000 gets hit, then I'm going to commission someone to make a Brixo Bunkle sticker. But we didn't get that far.
I actually saw that. I happened to hit up Twitter briefly, and I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, I want that sticker."
Yeah, well, you're not going to get it. Whoops.
I don't know. You could pull some strings, get some of the Beyond the Brick community to go and jump in on that
vote.
poll. Yeah, we could get 10K.
It's already closed, but
you made it undoable, mate. You put up too many barriers.
Well, that was the point. So maybe there will be a Brixo Bunkle sticker at some point, but I always have a lot of spicy stuff cooking. So if anyone wants some spicy Brix O'Brien merch, there's always something locked and loaded, ready to go. So yeah, look at that. 700 people. Crazy. So for this week, I guess I don't want to talk about Bionicle anymore. I want to talk about Looney Tunes, if y'all don't mind.
I do mind.
That's fine. We can also talk about we can talk some more about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, since I've actually seen a show for once, and share our thoughts so far. Though I guess if you're trying not to spoil anything, then maybe it's hard to say much about it.
Well, okay, so this is 6 episodes, so we're into episode 4. So I feel like some people might be waiting to binge it a little bit more. So I don't want to go full spoiler cast quite yet, and especially because maybe other people on this panel haven't seen it. So we'll I want to leave it be, at least for now. At least
that
for the
works.
time. But yes, if you haven't caught up, please do. So that way, when we do talk about it, you'll be ready to go. The main thing is the Toonie Loons. Toonie Loons have been officially announced. To look at those, ladies and gentlemen. I have talked about these briefly on the Between the Bricks podcast that airs every Friday night for me at 11 p.m. Eastern. But this is our first time seeing them on the Quarantine Cast here. What happened last time was somebody actually bought these at a retail store, and they were images available and out there for people to look at, no embargo, whatever. But now that we have the crispy images to take a look at, we'll do a little deep dive on this here on Beyond the Brick. So when I saw the Looney Tunes minifigures, I thought I got high and saw it, or it was a dream. Yeah, that's how I felt with Mario. Brickman Mosaic Arts getting hot. Anyways. So there's 12 figures in here. A lot of you are probably like, man, there's some missing characters here that I wish you got. But these are the 12 that we have. And these are obviously to be alongside Space Jam 2 releasing this July. These will be on store shelves at the same time that Space Jam is. No, LeBron James is not a Chase minifigure. He is not in any of the cases. They did not renew the NBA license. Sorry. So these are the 12 that we got. What?
Wait a second. So this was the embargo that was lifted that you were telling me about?
No.
No? Okay.
Jeff, I don't talk to you. So we have the total figures here about anything. These are the 12. Joshua, as a diehard Looney Tunes fan, you're all decked out with you cosplayed as Tweety at Kineticon 2019. What do you think of Looney Tunes?
I love the actual cheese slopes. Besides that, I honestly don't care. I have no. It's not really like a negative or positive opinion. It's just kind of exists for me.
Okay.
That's where I'm at with these.
What about you, Kirk?
Personally, I love them. I think that they're very detailed, very accurate to what the characters look like. My favorite out of the bunch is probably Bugs Bunny. Just love how he looks, and I think that Lego did a nice choice, like with a selection of characters. There are some that I would have liked to see, like Yosemite Sam. That would have been great. But I think overall, the selection that they have is pretty nice.
Jeffrey.
Oh, you don't talk to me, but I'll talk to everybody else.
Just tell us what you think of the Looney Tunes, will you?
I'm trying to, but I keep hearing this voice. It sounds like Brian. Anyway, I don't care for these.
Wow, what a wrong opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm friends with you, so.
Just because we talk doesn't mean we're friends, Jeff.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
Oh boy.
There's no Yosemite Sam.
That's
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wait. Before we let anyone else speak, I did watch Looney Tunes as a kid. What is that like? You think I didn't? I did. I'm aware of what the show's about. I'm aware.
Where did that come from?
Comment section. Someone was like, "Did I even watch Looney Tunes as a kid?" Yes, I did. I watched that as a kid. Yogi Bear, a whole bunch of, older cartoons.
Yeah, they aired them on Boomerang. That was the main.
That was my main source of watching that.
Yeah,
that was my main source of watching that.
Tiny Toons would be cool too. We'll get into that in a little bit, Ashitaka. I know Dan and April, you guys have talked about these on the other podcast before, but like quick summary, what do you guys think?
Well, first of all, I did actually watch these as a kid when they were actually on TV for the first time. So, yeah.
Dan is like on the verge of like rising out of the crypt.
All right. This is back in Stone and Prison days.
That's over here making multi-million-dollar deals. Look at this. He's over there signing for a new Porsche. This guy, look at him. He's like, listen.
Why? Who keeps inviting Jeff back to these?
You have him on the list. I didn't.
Definitely,
I said,
Brian.
I said one time, and then he's on the. All right, April, what do you think? Do you love the Toonie Loons?
I'm not in love. I think that they're great. I think the molds are great. I think they're well done. I watched Looney Tunes as a kid and I liked it, but it's not really relevant in my life anymore. And it's not really relevant to my kids because it's not really around that much for the kids nowadays. So, I mean, they look good, but, I'm not going crazy over them.
Was Looney Tunes ever really relevant in anyone's life?
Yes, it was. It was relevant in mine.
Just the Dan.
to answer that question in the chat, do you want an honest? I'm 45. Okay, 45. I know I only look 21, but I am 45. They're definitely relevant to me. I was pretty excited when I saw them. I think they did a really good job. There are some glaring omissions, in my opinion, and I think they could have done better with a couple of the others. So my biggest bugbear, in all honesty, is Tweety Bird as a minifigure sized figure is way too big. It should have. I would have liked to have seen them do Tweety Bird as a specialist mold like they did with Baby Groot, and either be an accessory for Sylvester or even better, an accessory for Granny, and then they could have brought Granny in as another character. So that's my hot take.
I think this series is great, and I think it's great impartial because every single one of these head molds is unique, which you have never seen in a minifigure series. I mean, except Marvin, he has a molded helmet, but not a molded like entire, head. I think this could be one of the most popular minifigure series to come out in terms of the parts, because you get the actual cheese slopes, you get the beige pants that could be used for, like flesh tone minifigures that, don't have bottoms if you wanted to. And these characters to me are legacy characters that WB has had for forever. And at my time working at the Lego store, I always said the two things that would make the most sense that they haven't done so far for minifigures are two licenses that people could really appreciate and I think would sell pretty well. It was Looney Tunes and Muppets. So especially Looney Tunes being Warner Brothers. Oh, hey, Lego fans, we heard you like Batman. Take Batman. Batman more. Like, we got 7,000 different so many Batman minifigures and everything. Warner Brothers had Looney Tunes just in the back pocket for years. So I bet you they wanted to do this series at some point. Space Jam is the most relevant time they would have them because the cartoon exists, but it's not like crazy popular. So I think it's a great time to release them. And I like all the figures. I think it could be very, very popular long term as well. I'm going to be getting all of them just because they look really cool. And I grew up watching the cartoons kind of like Kirk on Boomerang. So that's where
There's a 100% chance that this scenario will be happening now that these minifigures are out at a convention, and I will walk up and have no idea what I'm looking at.
And that's why I'm going to be there to supplement for all the video game and cartoon references he doesn't know, just like with Brick Fair, Virginia.
That's right. I always laugh when I think back on the tour we did at Brick Fair when you would literally just take the mic and I'd walk away whenever we walked up to like Pokemon or Zelda. Though now I recognize things from Zelda since I've played it, so that I have a handle on. But Pokemon, you can still take the mic. There's
still plenty of things you don't know of that I can justify being there alongside you.
You'll find a way to keep getting paid.
Yes. I get paid?
Wait, has John been taking all that money I've been sending you?
How many more trips to Madagascar do you need? What? It's ridiculous.
See, that brings up a whole new question. Have you ever had to do, or have you ever learned anything about a specific topic because of Lego? For example, I got sent some Harry Potter sets. I knew nothing about them. I reviewed them pretty average, less than average reviews. I ended up having to watch the entire Harry Potter movie series to understand what I was dealing with.
Well, I mean,
I've never. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I was going to say those are decent movies to watch in general. That's just a pop culture thing. Like, I probably would have done that for something like Lord of the Rings because I haven't watched Lord of the Rings. I've watched Hobbit, but not. Yeah.
I just have a fake it till you make it strategy. So, like, if I'm interviewing someone at a convention about a build that I don't actually know anything about, I'll just kind of, act like I do, and we'll make it through fine. Usually what happens is we cover something, and then some years down the road, I'll finally see the movie or play the video game or whatever it is that thing is based on. That's the much more common scenario rather than me proactively researching before something. That's kind of my approach.
All of mine was definitely not proactive. It was after the fact because I looked back on my stuff and I was like, I had no idea what I'm talking about. I don't even know who this character is. And you can only say
we've always used contributors at Beyond the Brick because I don't know a lot of things and I'd rather send stuff to people who do.
Yeah, well, I used to do that, but then she became an RLFM, so.
Can we highlight Bricksar's comment here, where that is definitely one way to go about doing it, where he says to just double down on not knowing. I like the reactions. Yes, absolutely.
That is definitely a way to do it.
I'll remember that for next time. Good advice.
Absolutely. Kirk, you got to figure it out. There we go. We're good.
I don't know. My eye, and I see the angle, and I'm like, it keeps bothering me. So I have to fix it. I don't know. Don't worry about me. Just
Kirk, you look great. Don't worry about it, man. You look fantastic.
Okay.
Is that a Canadian tuxedo?
Not today. I'm actually wearing sweatpants.
Wow, really scrubbing it up this time, Kirkland. Nice.
I'm actually
excellent. But I'm excited for Looney Tunes. Do we know the release date yet or no?
26th, I thought.
All right, cool. So you got what, 2 weeks from now, 13 days from now?
Yeah,
and we'll be in stores online.
If you're in Canada and you're in Edmonton and you're near a Mastermind Toys, apparently the new helmets minus the Probe Droid and the minifigures are out.
Yeah, I've heard the minifigures are out in some places in Europe as well.
Yeah, so they were teasing them on Twitter like a couple days before. I think it was like on Thursday, and they're like, "Oh, can anybody guess what this outline of clearly Bugs Bunny is?" Well, it's either the Nesquik Bunny or it's Bugs Bunny. So let's take a shot in the dark here, Lego social media team.
It could have been Roger Rabbit. You never know.
Absolutely not. No way they make Roger Rabbit.
Why wouldn't they make Roger Rabbit?
No way.
That's not like a reason. That's just you saying no again. Why wouldn't they make Roger Rabbit? Come on, media man.
But
Let's do this. Come
no,
on.
just no, Jeff.
Sometimes you just got to say no.
And with Jeff, it's pretty often.
Yes, and you have to respect my boundaries in me saying no, and the answer that there is. So there we go.
Can I just quickly acknowledge or answer Noah Stiver's question in chat? Yeah. Should I get a Lego Ford Mustang or wait and get a full box of Looney Tunes CMF? My advice, the Ford Mustang if you want one, because it'll retire a lot sooner than those minifigures will disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That must be up for retirement this year, or maybe next. It's been out for a wee while, that Mustang.
Rosh in the set says the Odyssey set is supposed to be released tomorrow morning. Don't know about US, unless you're talking about like the Odyssey from Mario Odyssey. I don't know what the Odyssey means, but you got me real excited.
Are we getting we're finally getting some ancient Greek sets?
Ulysses,
cool.
probably.
I think they're talking about the Ulysses space probe.
It's a space. Yeah, it's a space probe satellite thing.
That's boring.
That's a shocker coming from Joshua. That's a real shocker.
I got. Let me see. I got a little antagonized here right before the live stream, and I want to bring this up now that we're on the topic of Mario. I got real antagonized.
Oh no!
I didn't realize we were on the topic of Mario. But
Odyssey, Mario, real antagonized. So I get some rando sliding into my DMs. All right, I got a lot of DMs here. Okay, I got a lot of DMs.
I got up.
Hey, you were complaining the other day that you people don't slide into your DMs enough, and you had all this internet clout, and they weren't doing it. So now
apparently I don't have enough. So I got slidden into my DMs by one down here, and she sends me a screenshot, and it says, and it's actually on Twitter, says some random person, Riohnak Armstrong, says. Just randomly tagging at Lego. Says, hi, smiley emoji. Will there be a Mario Lego of Luigi alongside Luigi's Mansion? Would be a great set. And the official Lego account liked the tweet. Now, I don't want to perpetuate any amount of, the Sam on the social media team liked the tweet, therefore. But you don't know what you're getting yourself into, Lego social media team. Do you have any idea who I am? I will perpetuate whatever I need to get Luigi's Mansion in 2021. All right.
Aren't you the guy that they just rejected for the land?
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
I have no idea who Brian is.
That's because they are afraid of me going into that entire forum and saying, "Hey, I want the Peach's Castle and the Luigi's Mansion." They are petrified because the last time one of these fans set up a campaign for a set, it's a whole big, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I understand. So I don't want to say that this is a confirmation or anything, but They like a whole bunch of stuff, but like I don't know. April slid into the DMs. That's all I'm saying.
Brian, is your life that dark that like the hinkling of like just the smallest inkle of like hope? You're like, this is it. This is
Jeff.
This is my
You
day.
know what it's like to stare the darkness in the face, right? And we
Yeah,
all
yeah,
exist.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
all
every
exist
day.
in 2021, where there is not much else for me to grasp onto in this life. I gave Luigi's Mansion here a sprinkle of thought, and I got a small amount of joy from Brickstar reviewing my coffee. So I was
that's
pretty
right, he did
stoked. about
review
that.
Whoa, Brickstar reviewed your coffee? Oh,
Yes,
I need
he
to check
bought-
that out.
He bought the coffee from the April Fool's stream, and he got it, and he did a whole video on it.
Oh, that's awesome. I got to check that out.
I can't tell if it made him more depressed or less depressed, but either way, it got a reaction. So
I'm just glad he didn't get exterminated, but
yeah, he didn't get killed.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't die either.
Yeah, and on top of that, Jan can't stop talking about you on his streams either.
Dude,
you
Jane
are
Briggs.
genuine internet famous now.
He's obsessed. You know, I've had a lot of interesting, people say a lot of interesting things about me in my life. A lot of public call outs in my day, but man, Jang Bricks is just he's like, whoa, so hey, I'm
That's next level fame, Brian.
this is fame, not clout this time, ladies and gentlemen. Not clout.
Oh,
But I'm still not getting the Lego Super Mario leaks. Where are they, internet?
Maybe because they don't exist.
What do you mean? They're out there. They're sitting on somebody's desk in Denmark. Like, come on.
What if they're not? What if there's not going to be any more Mario stuff ever again?
Then I'll just leave everything. I'll just leave it all behind. There's no point.
Speaking of wanting to become
Brian,
famous,
just in time.
try follow us
Oh.
on Twitch.
Hey.
Where's the band?
Bostonian man.
Do we have any,
watching
do we have any
Arches
mods
in
on
the
Twitch?
Atlantic
I don't
Ocean.
think we
Never
do.
seen it.
I mean,
Probably not.
I should
Wow.
probably be a moderator, but
Because I don't think I can on StreamYard I can't moderate Twitch comments.
no.
No, you can't.
I don't even think I follow you on Twitch. Whoops.
Wow.
Oh my! How many months have we been a loyal, big money $5 a month subscriber, Brian?
Okay. Well,
shame on you, Brian. Just shame.
well, I'm following now.
Jump into your Twitch chat and just type /mod space between the bricks. And I'll deal with it for you. I can't actually deal with that comment. It's gone now, but
Dang. Oh, April's over there too. Do I even bother building this Lego set? Do we got anything else to talk about? I got this Monkey Kid set here for the past 6 weeks.
Or just click on my name.
Dan's trying to pull for this moderator thing.
I know, right?
You know what else I picked up today? Because I can't control myself. Well, actually, I can. But what happened this past week was I did receive enough contributions on the live stream for me to get a brand new desk and such. Built the desk. I have the new desk. It's up right now. I got 3 monitors. You can't really tell from here. But I did pick up a set I am going to be building on my own Lego live stream at some point. I got the blacksmith shop, baby. Right
Oh,
now.
nice.
Oh,
And then you chose to not talk about drawing lewd pictures on your desk. No.
I'm not drawing any lewd pictures on my desk. No.
You did so.
Oh,
I've seen
Jeff,
it.
Jeff
too.
sent me
seen
that
the proof.
video, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, Brian, I didn't think you could sink this low."
Right? Family friendly streamer.
I don't know who sent that to Joshua, but it wasn't me, Brian. Don't worry.
For as much as I give Jeff the opportunity to be on the Beyond the Brick quarantine cast, and then he squanders it by slathering my name through the mud and then publicly
right.
embarrassing me across the internet. It's incredible.
I
it's
even
any
had him
other-
on an idea
Oh, boy.
spotlight episode. I mean, he's just—it's too
you had
much.
Jeff on
honestly.
an idea spotlight?
Yeah.
Yes, because
Why?
he would not stop spamming me with messages. If you ever have the steampunk airship guy on the show, I need to join. Just again and again. So finally, I was either had to block him on Facebook or just have him on the show.
And you didn't block him? What? You were given that opportunity? Oh, regretting
No, it
those
was good. It
decisions?
was a really good episode, actually. If people haven't checked it out, it was fun, and the the builder seemed to really enjoy. He mostly liked how Jeff named the captain of his steampunk airship, which he didn't have a name for. So now Jeff's going to get a credit in the instructions when they release that as a set, right, Jeff?
Yep, Ian McLeod. That's the guy's name.
That's pretty cool.
The captain's name.
There you go.
Is there a story behind that, or did you just pluck that out of the cloud?
I see what you did there.
Ah!
Plucking it right out of the clouds.
Did I forget a step?
Any other news? Anything spicy come out this week? I don't think so. I think it was just a Looney Tunes.
Not that I could.
I'm looking on my third monitor over here because I'm a tryhard.
Brian's desperate to not do any Lego building on these Lego live streams.
Right?
It really is.
I mean, if there's something to discuss, there's the Minions Kung Fu battle that Brickset reviewed. Hey, when's the embargo for that?
I don't know. Didn't Just Too Good review those sets like a year ago?
Yes, he did.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We've already seen them.
Who
They're
even
just
cares? I don't know.
Brickset reviewed the Minions Kung Fu battle yesterday, so I guess it's up. So I could, in theory, build that. I guess, but I have the Monkey Kid sets.
I know how much you've been jumping at the bit to build those Minion sets, Brian.
I'm really chomping at the bit for like an 11,000 piece like art set, if that somehow exists. That would be the creme de la creme of things.
of what, though?
What?
Of anything in particular?
You buy like 4 of the Harry Potter crests.
Oh, I could do that, but that would be way too interesting. Just something else. I need just something else that's a little less interesting than that.
What about the huge Iron Man you can make by buying like the 7 Iron Man ones or whatever?
Or Darth Vader.
Yeah, but why would I do that? Why would anyone?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, no.
Mickey and Minnie.
Oh yeah, true. It was the 11th, Brian. Yes, Brickset really is everywhere. Yeah, that makes sense. No new Lego architecture. Nothing.
Okay.
We got a release date for the Batmobile, the 60s Batmobile.
Hmm.
They already released one of those though with one of the older Batman sets, right?
Yeah,
it
came
was
with
the
Batcave.
the 60s Batcave.
So that's not. I mean, there's really not anything new there. Then correct?
It's been totally redesigned, so it's a lot more smoother than it was a study in the original. So
yeah, I definitely plan to pick that one up because
do I crack this Monkey Kid set open, or do I build one of those Minion sets we all love?
Why don't you just start monkeying around?
Here's probably a slight segue back to the CMFs. But Dave said I got a whole box of CMS from Target and didn't get a single Marvin the Martian. I know that we've heard through the land that there's a lot of boxes that didn't have any Wile E. Coyotes and had like multiple Roadrunners, seven Roadrunners. So
that's what happened with I think Mike's box. So Mike put up a review for us on Beyond the Brick, and they sent out Lego sent out an email to us, and I think anyone else who got them and was like, "Hey, we've heard that some of the minifigs were missing, so let us know." So I replied, and I never heard anything. So I'm not sure if they were just kind of like gathering information or what was going on. If there's an update on why some of the boxes were missing them, I'm not sure what's happening there.
Well, the most recent thing that I saw was that there was a little bit of a production snafu. So I think there's going to be boxes out on shelves probably in the first run that may be missing some things. And I mean, I'm not going to go on a whole thing, but it happened with the first round of Mario CMFs, if that's what you want to call it. I bought a box and it had 60 cheaps, but not any of two of the figures. So, and when we contacted Lego, they said with any CMF range, they will not ever guarantee that there's a full set, even though we've seen in the past that it's a lot of times like a whole row is a full set in a box. So
yeah, that keeps things still getting you in it.
It is. I have 15 of them.
well, Dave now has 7 Porky Pigs. So
speaking of Mario, Brian, I had an unfortunate incident with Mario Odyssey. So I go over to my friend Corey's house. So he joined us to do the piano build on Beyond the Brick, if anyone remembers that. So he has a Switch, and I'm too cheap to buy a Switch at this point still. I have I don't know. I don't think I'd spend enough time using it. They'll probably get one at some point anyway. So I go over and play at his house, and I've been playing Mario Odyssey, and I get all the way. I've been playing for like a while now, and I killed the like wooden mech thing that all of the minions are in at the end.
Yes.
So I kill that, and then I finish out to go, I think, to what I presume is like the final battle or like close to it. And I'm about to start that, and the fan on his Switch died, and now it's fried, and it won't work anymore. So I'm perpetually never going to know what happens at the end of the Mario Odyssey.
Wow.
Oh boy!
If it's any redemption for you, that is not the end of the game. So you're not quite at the end. Yes.
Got
a little
it.
while to go. So, well, yeah.
Hang on, I think the overarching problem here is what about this poor guy's Switch who's dead now? And
Yeah, that's
I know.
very.
you're like, sorry, I wrecked it. Here you go. Bye.
In my defense, he knew about the fan problem before I was playing. He told me like, "Hey, it's probably gonna die," and then it did right before I was launching into what I thought was the final battle.
Brian, I think that's where all your money
I'm
went.
kind of waiting for Breath of the Wild 2 to come out, and that's I think what's going to get me to buy a Switch finally. But until then,
a true friend would have been like, "Well, why'd you break it?" And then you would have had an awkward 5-minute conversation, and
that's true.
Yeah.
He actually went around to like all of Walmart, Best Buy, Target. Nowhere around them has them in stock around here. No, you can't get a Switch anywhere around here.
It's like that all over.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
GameStop. Nothing.
Yeah, but then you have to go into a GameStop. Who wants to do that, Kirk?
Diamond hands, Jeff. Diamond hands.
Hey.
Oh, it works. Nice. There we go.
Kirk, didn't you buy a thing from GameStop this week?
Yes, I did. Long story short, I had a bit of a mishap, and also I regret a lot of things. I regretted a lot of things this weekend. Or last weekend. It was not this weekend. Basically, there was a figure from Marvel Legends that I had been eyeing. It was Doctor Doom. It was the classic version of Doctor Doom from like the 90s TV show or animated series for Fantastic Four. Now, this was a figure I was eyeing, and I was like, okay, I'm going to pick it up. It's $20. I wanted it for the collection because I only have one, which is the Peter Parker, which is right there. And then at some point, I don't know when GameStop decided to do this. I don't know why they decided to do this and then, not notify me or anything, because normally they do this. They normally notify me. And
Wait, they call you on the phone or like,
no,
hey,
no. I normally get a notification like the thing that's in your cart or whatever. It's like back or it's like on sale or something. Like I normally get an email like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just imagine like the president of GameStop just like calling Kirk up, like, "Hey, we've got it back in the phone right now."
We gotta let them know it's here. I wish that was the case because then I would have had it. But no, I was not notified. So I go on GameStop randomly. Like it was, I think Sunday or something like this. I went to check it Sunday, Saturday, and it says it's on sale. It's a part of this 20% off deal that they're having for like a bunch of collectibles and action figures.
Kirk,
And Dr.
Kirk, I'm going to interrupt you. Joshua, Flynn is here. You should let him in.
Oh,
what? Hi.
Hey,
Sorry,
Flynn.
of course I was like off camera. Hi.
Hey, Flynn.
Did someone say Marvel?
yeah, I did. I'm sharing my very sad story about how I am out of a Doctor Doom Marvel Legends figure because a sale happened at some point with GameStop that was 20% off all collectible figures and like action figures. Doctor Doom was a part of it. It's from the 90s animated series, and $15.98, and it's out of stock, sold out everywhere, and I am out of it. So unfortunately, that's the case. But I did manage to pick up another one that was a part of like the sale. So I got the 80th anniversary Punisher. So I did get that.
Well, then I would say you came out on out on the winning end.
I still got something out of it. I am still searching online for the Doom because I really do want to get that. But then this morning, Jeff, I actually saw a Electro from the 90s Spider-Man for $15 as well on Walmart. So I think I'm probably going to go ahead and do it. Because like I said, I do want to add it to the collection of my Spider-Man stuff. So I think I might just go ahead and snag it.
So one of the reasons that Kirk got into like action figures and things like that, specifically Marvel Legends, is because I know that Kirk's weakness is comic books and Marvel. So I found out that, Marvel Legends are kind of neat. I bought 2 and I was like, I bought 3. I'm done. I don't need any more. And I don't. And so I told Kirk about these because he didn't really know that they existed. And things are going fine. And then I introduced him to my friend Tor Nerd, a.k.a. Greg, over on Instagram. Great toy photography, excellent Lego builder. And then he met Gil, and then Gil and Kirk talked for an hour after tons of fun last week.
Seriously, like we were talking for a while.
And now, Kirk is now an action figure guy. So
yeah, just searching and searching and searching. It really started when Jeff sent me a link to this like retailer and was just like, here, go check out this link. There's a bunch more. And then I started learning that the one figure that I got, although they advertised like 5 other or 4 other figures on the back, there's more of them apparently. And then that's when I was like, oh, okay, so this is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. But I mean, they're really cool. I would like to have like them in my collection just as a side thing besides other than Lego.
That's why you don't click on links that strangers send you on the internet.
That is exactly why.
Well, Kirk, I have something I think you'll appreciate that I've been working on. So I 3D printed up this Eye of Agamotto.
Oh.
I haven't painted it yet. It still needs painting, but it's a really amazing print. I don't know if I'm getting focus here, but it's a really...
I mean, I can see it for the most part.
It's a really amazing print, and check it out.
Oh, it opens.
Awesome. Oh, that's cool.
So I found it online free on Thingiverse. Really amazing designer whose name I stupidly didn't write down. Totally should have done that, but it's really cool. So now I just have to like it's gonna be the first thing I've ever printed that I'm gonna like paint and try to make it look like a thing. So, and then it will be the centerpiece of my eventual Doctor Strange cosplay, which I've decided is my I think that's going to be my guy. Okay,
gotcha. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I haven't done any like 3D printing sort of thing, so it's always cool to see those type of things.
Yeah, it's been really fun. We saw that Vision bust that I printed was another fantastic model, and tried some other like Lego related stuff too. But it's a fun side hobby because it's one of those things where like you put the print on, you set you say on, and then you can walk away from it and it does its job for however many hours it needs to do the job. And then you can be building Lego sets or mocks like the rest of the time. So fun. And today I'm building an elves set.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, very excited for this one. It's got that great this great piece, the sail.
Ooh,
it looks pretty nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we'll see. So what are we talking about today?
We prior were discussing the Looney Tunes figures and our thoughts on those. So if you want to go ahead and share, you can.
Oh, sure. I was gonna say, like, Brian's so quiet today. He's just like, it's almost like his screen is frozen. There's just a photo of him up there.
Brian in his natural habitat, his natural form.
Right. Let's see. Looney Tunes figs. I think it's cool. I will say, not to be controversial or anything, but I will say that I was disappointed that Lego didn't get their rollout that they deserved of that line. I was like watching it on watching them roll it out on Saturday and Sunday, and just having the majority of the comments be like,
that everyone
how,
already
"Oh, we've
saw it."
already seen it." Blah. I was like, well, that's really like what a bummer for like the people who worked so hard to design those, and
Yeah.
you know, like those, because you know, a lot of work went into those, and probably a fair number of people worked really hard on that. So I found that a little disappointing. You know, but as far as the figures themselves go, I think they look really great.
Yeah.
Of course, you can always quibble about you know, what should be there and what shouldn't be there. I will say that I thought that this is funny. This is like a two thing. I thought the Petunia pig was a very funny choice. In that it's not a very popular character, or like one that's even in the kind of like modern parlance of Warner Brothers cartoons, if you will.
Yeah.
But also, if they had not included her, there would have been one female figure in the entire lot. So, like, I hope they. I mean, I'm glad they did it. It's still an odd choice, but you know, given when you look at the overall choices, there were not a lot of female characters to put in anyway. Although I was saying the other day, I would 100% be here for a CMF line of just Bugs in drag. So like all of Bugs Bunny's like amazing drag outfits.
Where's that minifigure? Where's that minifigure with Bugs Bunny dressed as a lady?
Yeah, the Valkyrie, Bugs Bunny, you know, there were so many. The Carmen Miranda one.
Yeah.
The hillbilly girl, like there was and my very favorite, the Lady Tasmanian Devil, where he like put a bear trap in his mouth. It was genius.
Here's a question from Alyssa. For I guess everyone can answer this. We can start with you, Flynn. What is your favorite Looney Tunes figure?
Well, I have to go with Bugs. I have to go with Bugs. Like I'm a big fan of him ever since I was a kid, and his. I think you know, like we joke about him being in drag or whatever, but I think his like outrageousness and willing to just like be super wacky and put on whatever clothes like really spoke to me as a kid when I was growing up, like being somebody who was from theater. So I say Bugs.
I don't know anything about them, but I like the guy with the cheese. That's a as far as the Lego figures go.
In the world, Joshua, how?
You don't know who Speedy Gonzalez is?
I mean, I've heard of them. I just don't have any like, you know, working knowledge of what they do. I like Bugs Bunny. He's probably I'm most familiar with him, but
I'll send you some DVDs, Joshua.
There just wasn't any time in between all the World War II documentaries I was watching as a kid.
I was getting ready to say that. He was too busy watching that. Oh, boy.
Between World War II videos and woodworking, I don't know where we'll find the time.
But hang on, I think the real issue here. Come on, Flynn. We know you're not going to send DVDs. We know you're going to send VHS. That's okay.
VHS is still a valid option.
That's fair. I do have a fair amount of Looney Tunes on VHS, but I also when they came out, I bought like the box set of like the golden era of Warner Brothers cartoons, like DVDs, because I had to have them, but I don't yet own them on Blu-ray, and I won't download them down from the internet. Gosh darn it!
Is it because you don't know how, or because?
Good shot. Good shot.
Oh,
yes,
boy.
because I don't know how.
Okay.
I'm gonna call you up, Kirk.
Okay.
Also, Duck Dodgers is the best Looney Tunes character.
Yes, I was gonna say if they were ever gonna do a series 2, which I don't necessarily think they will because there's not enough iconic, you know, characters other than like variants of Bugs or whoever. Duck Dodgers would have been a good variant to talk to them.
Duck Dodgers would be a good variant.
I think they could get a series 2. There's enough. There's
Yeah,
enough to
well,
get
and then,
to
and then like Porky Pig was his sidekick, and he had like that great like
Yeah.
wraparound helmet with the little antenna on the top of it.
Too? Yeah.
Do we really need a second series, though? I mean,
Well, if we're
Well-
gonna get Yosemite Sam and Foghorn Leghorn and Elmer Fudd and
I feel like
Okay,
we
no,
really
there's
exhausted
probably
all,
not
all
enough.
the things to do with Looney Tunes, and we're ready to move on now.
I would like a Foghorn Leghorn. I know that much. I was kind of bummed not to see him, but
I would that definitely would have been a good one.
yeah. And like, please don't cancel me, internet. But I would have liked to see Pepe Le Pew. He's funny. I mean,
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
right?
I'm with you, Jeff.
Okay.
Joshua wanted this stream to be 15 seconds with all the Looney Tunes talk. Yes, pretty much.
Here we go. This is me with the Looney Tunes. Okay, thanks, everyone. We'll move on now.
Oh,
think
somebody, no, who is it that said it? I'm sorry, I can't see it on my glasses, but somebody's saying that Hanna-Barbera figs would be great.
A
There's
shit
some
taco?
Right.
Oh, yeah, that would
A
be.
shit taco? A shit taco?
Yeah, there would be
Yeah.
some
A
really,
shit
really
taco?
good, some great good ones.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah, Ashitaka.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, if they did Tom and Jerry, they
Yogi
did.
Bear, Jetsons, Flintstones. Well, they already did Flintstones, but
Yeah, I was going to say Flintstones was Hanna-Barbera, so they must have some form of licensing with them. There's
Yeah,
obviously been
would be
discussions of some description.
Not Flintstones. The Jetsons would be great, or like
Yeah.
Blue Falcon and Dynamite.
that's really digging deep. Dang. Well, if we're gonna go deep, let's go Huckleberry Hound, Snagglepuss.
Oh yeah, hell yeah!
Snagglepuss
Huckleberry
would be
Hound.
amazing.
Are you looking at all the products that would be the worst sellers in Lego history?
What do you mean, Joshua? I have Lego video right over here. Give me the full screen.
Oh.
Brian, why you gotta be hating on Lego video all the time?
There it is. Right
Don't
there.
do it.
Lego
Don't do
video
it.
is the most polarizing Lego topic of 2021.
No.
It
Of
is.
2021, probably. Of 2020, it was Mario. So, hey.
Brian, is
Well,
that
we
what
obviously
wait,
know
wait,
which
wait,
camp
is your-
you're in, Brian.
What?
Brian.
What, Flint?
Right?
What did you
I
say,
said-
Flint?
I said we obviously know what camp you're in. For Brian, there's only two. There's like the range is it's either video on one side, Mario on the other. There is no in between.
No, Flint. It's the believers and the non-believers.
Well, that doesn't
That's how
sound
it goes.
dangerous at all.
I think Brian started a Lego Super Mario cult.
If that's what it takes to get my castle, I'll do it. Well, that was very violent, but yes.
Look at
Wow.
Joshua. Did you check the Brian talked about the castle box for today's show?
Yes.
Yeah, make sure you mark it off.
That's true.
We
I
checked
have a
it
little,
off with Luigi's Mansion.
I have a
Oh,
little
boy.
Brian bingo board that I secretly fill out with Lego tiles as the stream goes on.
How many times he yells at Jeff? How many times he yells at Kirk? How many times he doesn't really yell at Dan because he likes Dan in April. How many times he's happy to see Flynn?
It's surprising he doesn't yell at Dan more often with how many wrong opinions Dan has.
I know. I try.
No, it's just
I
some
try.
here today, kids. What happened? Let's dial it back there. Let's dial it back on the World War II documentaries, Joshua. Not everything is a world war.
Okay, I'll try, Flynn. Thank you.
Oh man,
So I just
Telling you.
applied the sticker in the worst way possible.
show us. You need to show us how bad. How bad is this sticker?
No, but I'm reapplying it, and it's much better now. Sorry, no one will ever know.
Except
How
for
many times-
everybody watching.
How many times Dan swears should be on your bingo board? That's terrible. That's terrible. I only did it twice. I learned a lesson. I think the
That's
third
right.
time.
He's a changed
I don't-
man.
I don't remember. That's what I'm known for.
I decided to build this thing. So I'm I'm starting on.
You've seen it here for the first time. Brian actually building something Lego on a quarantine cast.
It's incredible.
Whoa, what's happening?
We're having such a slow week that I unfortunately had to resolve into building. So there we go.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow.
I made Dan write this on a sticky note and stick it on the front of his laptop.
Interestingly enough, let me see if I can. Bam! I have actually like a little secondary camera situation.
Whoa!
Look at that.
Somebody's been watching Rick and Nick streams.
Wow! You know what? Learn from the best and the brightest. So yeah, just a angle there, I guess. Why not? It doesn't really work
great.
when we
It's so
go over the
fancy.
grid, but
We're just gonna keep it on just this shot for the rest of the stream.
oh, you could. Let me get a
God, I can
bandage
take
for my
pants
finger
off.
for a second. Hold on. Be right back.
You're already bleeding and you've barely started the build.
Paper cut himself on the instructions.
Again.
Yeah. I got into a little snafu. David Hall was talking a little smack. I had to, give him the little what for. He was talking about Princess Peach's castle. Brian, we need more Star Wars, and I'm like, no, sir.
That's right.
No.
You do have to sometimes remind David who's boss sometimes, every once in a
Yes.
while.
And
I
that is
for
you
one
and your
think
boy.
we need more Star Wars sets of older Star Wars sets that have come out before. If we could just keep getting them re-released over and over again, that'd be great.
Yeah, I want another X-wing. Yeah, I don't have enough.
I mean,
Wait, Brian will have pink cones next. Hey, Echo, you know what? Whatever helps stimulate the.
Can you
The
explain?
community.
Can you explain the pink cones thing?
No.
Because I never actually figured out what it is from what
You
Jane
either
was saying.
know or you don't know the power
That's
of
it.
pink
You're either in the
cones.
club or you're not, and if you're not, then you're out,
Yeah.
and there's no
Yep.
getting in.
Looks like you're not cool
Okay.
enough.
I'll
Wow.
add pink to the bingo board then.
That is a Jang Brick specialty.
Oh man, Jang was really firing on all cylinders, wasn't he?
What a hey, by the way, John, what a great piece of clickbait you tossed out on the internet there afterwards.
I know, John's really
Solid piece of clickbait.
John's like one poor 3 a.m. late night decision away from just becoming like a clickbait YouTuber. Like it's so he has to hold himself back.
I mean, I'm all for it. Whatever pays the bills, whatever can make Beyond the Brick more money, by proxy, me more money, whatever it clicks into.
Brian, have you ever thought about being on an infomercial?
I think that's what Reagan meant when he was talking about trickle down economics, Brian.
Yeah, it's about time it actually does something and works.
Mm.
It's clickbait YouTubers helping out smaller Twitch streamers.
That's it.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
What are you saying, Jeff?
Oh, I was asking if you'd ever thought about being on an infomercial.
I've thought about doing a lot of things in my life, Jeff. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Apparently, someone thought that was 100% serious Jane clip that John put out there.
Well,
So he's really good at his job. Apparently,
In all fairness, like when you put the Jang Brick's email controversy with that thumbnail, it looks like he's choking someone out. Like someone talked a real big. No, Jang is literally like just like that on the thumbnail. It looks like he's about to strangle me.
Hey, Moto.
Hey man, hey Moto, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, Moto.
I never thought BTB needed clickbait. Everyone needs a little bit of clickbait every once in a while.
we've massively upped the clickbait since we started chopping out bits of quarantine casts, and the clickbait has just gone up significantly.
See Alyssa click, that's all you need. Boom, right there.
That's right. We really Alyssa's one click is all we're doing this for anyway.
Nope, that's it.
Makes sense.
Next thing you know, I'll be starting off with an ad for Raid Shadow Legends. I've always wanted to do it. It's just become such a great meme at this point that I've wanted. I think they've reached out to us actually maybe once or twice. We should really do that sometime just for the memes.
Oh no.
Please.
What is
Please.
it?
It's this game. So like there's this game called Raid Shadow Legends. It's like an RPG for mobile devices that a lot of people tend to mention them in their videos, where it's like, this video was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. That's how it normally goes, and it's just this bit that always happens. Everyone, like most people, when you hear it, it's like, okay, they already know what you're talking about, and then there's always the thing of like, why? Because it's, I don't know. I guess some people kind of find it cringy at times because like of how much is in everyone's videos. It's a thing.
Well, it's part of the whole like crazy world of like mobile games, which have become so weird. And there's this whole really weird world of like ads for mobile games that are even weirder than like the games themselves.
Yeah,
and the whole
it's like
spirals quickly into like a dark, strange place on the internet.
Well, I noticed they try really hard to make them look way better than they are, and they like specifically don't include too much actual gameplay. There's like lots of like cutscene, like really good cutscene quality. Well, for that, stuff that is like clearly nothing from the game. Like they just like, here's what the game's about. Make a little cool looking animation about it.
Yeah, it's like a whole open world adventure that you can play. And then you download the game, and it's like you're just not getting that experience. I've had that happen like once, and I'm like, okay, this is not the game that I signed up for, but okay.
But hey, you got that streamer like 30 cents.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at least
it's so good. I wish I was in the room when this happened.
That's like Alyssa's humor down to a T. It's like,
I know it is.
It's got like a 8% hit ratio. That's it.
The one person who laughed was actually her. But man, that would have been good. Shout out to Martin Harris in the chat. Now we're doing ads for these mobile games without even realizing it. If you haven't checked out Martin's builds, you should. He does a lot of great stuff. He's been on Instagram more recently now. Lots of great content he's putting out there.
And he's a dynamite human being. He's just a good person. What?
I don't know what this means, Brian, but apparently she's gotten a rise in popularity.
She's letting it get to her head. That's what the stat boost enabled. She's all jaded. Don't listen to her.
Wow.
Flint's just like, man, what a day. What a day today.
I know. I changed my work schedule for this.
Yeah, right. I don't know why you bother doing that.
It's the same reason Dan gets up so early in the morning.
Yeah.
It's the company, really.
Well, speaking
I think
of,
it's just because by statistical mathematics, some days it's going to be good. So we're here for the times where it's good.
It hasn't happened yet, but statistically, at some point we'll have a good
one of these days.
That's right. That's right. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I have confidence that it will happen.
That was my thinking as I recorded like episode after episode of the original Look at Lego podcast, which is what this all started out as. I was like, eventually I'll make something worthwhile and people will start listening.
Wow, what like an air of arrogance you have. Eventually my voice will be heard if I speak loudly enough.
It was more just like desperately clinging to hope more than arrogance.
I think most importantly, we all just overlooked the fact that Kirk's light fell over.
Wait, Kirk fell over?
His light fell over.
Oh.
All nice and quietly in the background, and he just picked it up. You're gonna have to go back and check the VOD. Note the time. Note the time. 1 hour 3. 1 hour 3. We're gonna go back and check the VOD. Kirk's light falls over. Nobody says anything.
I didn't see it.
And unlike Twitch where you can clip stuff, okay, you got to check out. I'm gonna throw April under the bus here. April one day on stream, her light went out, and she goes, "Oh, my light just went out." There it is, and it comes back on when she hits the desk, and just carries on streaming. Is the best thing ever. Anyway, Kirk, is your light all right?
Oh, you saw that? Okay.
Well, apparently I was the only one, but
this thing, I swear, I want to change these lights out at some point because when I angle them down, they tend to lean over. So I have to
They're terrible. Those ones. I had a set of those when I first started. I got rid of them real quick. Yeah.
It's such a hassle. I want to get like the ones that just kind of like clamp onto the desk and just call it a day. Because
you want to spend the money and get the Agamotto key lights, but they're expensive, but they're worth it.
They are. Yeah.
And they're cheaper in the US than they are in New Zealand. Just saying. It's everything.
As is everything.
Up here. Right.
You sound so sad, Dan.
Well, I know that Lights Falling Over is the hard-hitting content that people come to this stream for.
That and many other things.
We're educational for anyone out there who wants to get into this. Don't get those lights.
That's right. Hey, they might not learn what to do, but they'll at least learn what not to do, and that's worth something. As Wellington once said.
But in saying that, Kirk's going to have some up for sale on eBay soon, so make sure you keep an eye out for those.
I could actually do that and just replace the lights. I probably should at some point. I don't know.
Just sell them under the guise of an upgrade, just like when you get rid of your crappy car. I'm just upgrading. There's nothing wrong with it. It goes fine. Just upgrading. Right.
Earlier,
I was going to turn my camera and mic off for 5 minutes and go and make coffee because it's been like an hour and 7 minutes and I haven't had one. So.
Is it Brixo Brew? If not, you can't talk about the coffee on stream.
I won't talk about it. I'll just drink it. I'll be back very much.
We have an exclusivity clause with Brixo Brew.
Well, I'm still waiting for mine to turn up. We need to talk to Brixo Brew about international shipping.
I'm already in talks with the people. They said that they shipped to the UK, but apparently that's a lie. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Well, the UK isn't going to help Dan.
I was going to say.
Complete opposite side of the world, but okay.
Yeah, those are very different places, Brian.
I have not had enough coffee myself. Okay, I need to cook up more of my own brew.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning where I'm at, buddy.
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon where I'm at, bucko. Well, what does it mean? What does it matter?
Two o'clock
Brian has recently tried to give Kevin Hinkle a run for his money on the art streams, so you got to check that stuff out. It's good.
Kevin Hinkle, he does these drawing streams every Friday, and then here I am drawn on a desk, and then there it is.
I have a clip if people want to see it.
No, we don't need to. We don't.
Are you actually drawing on your desk? Is it like a desk designed to be drawn on?
I drew on the underneath of my desk. So okay. So the whole
Can we see this?
guy,
What's it look like?
I don't
have time to watch your stream, so you got to tell me what happens on your stream.
So what happened was I wanted to do like a contribution goal, a tip goal, whatever, for getting a new desk, because the desk that I had before I've had for like 5 years. It's very broken down, and like all the Elgato stuff, it all clamps to like your desk, and my desk, it didn't work and whatever because of the way it was structured. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have this be a thing, and if anyone wants to contribute, I'll end up getting a new desk, and then I'll eat one of these hot gummies over here, this thing. So I ended up buying this right here. It's the Lil Nitro, world's hottest gummy bear. And this was inspired directly from April B, who did the exact same thing on her stream once she hit a goal to get Assembly Square. And through the contributions, she got it. And so I did a similar thing where if people contributed to the desk, I would do that. And then halfway through it, I think it was Isabel who said, you should write the names of the people who contributed onto the desk. So then I upped the ante and said, hey, during like the last Wednesday's live stream, I was like, anyone who contributes to the desk, I'll write your name on it and then eat the gummy. And so that was all it took. And then it got right up. And then I didn't have any coconut water, or I had 2 bottles of water on me, whatever. And I ate the gummy, and it was like an intense, not even like a hot in my mouth like the pickle was, but it was like a burn. It was like just a burn in my stomach. And it wasn't enough to get me to heave ho and whatever, but regardless, I ate it. And then there's a clip of that. And so then I built the desk last night, signed everybody's names on it. And as I was drawing the names, I said, all right, anybody who contributes $5 can get their name on the desk or a drawing or whatever. I'm like, sure, whatever. So then Yvonne suggested that I draw a picture of the hot gummy. And the picture of the hot gummy was relatively hard for me to do because I'm in the moment of streaming and I'm like, I'm trying to get this drawn properly. What does a gummy look like? And then, it came out a little
not family friendly.
Right.
Yeah, it was a little So
A little too hot for TV.
yeah, not necessarily. So that's it. No, that's really it. It kind of looks like a penis. I don't know.
Although you kind of redeemed yourself, and now it looks like a little bit of a kangaroo. It looks like a kangaroo more than a bear. Yeah.
Okay, good. At least there's that. So it looked very phallic, and I didn't mean for it to, but it was in the moment. And why?
What's going on with Kirk?
What are we doing?
Here's the next video, guys, coming from Beyond the Brick. Top 10 ways to destroy your Lego Super Mario. Number 1.
Oh man, that might be pretty good actually. Make that video for us, Kirk. Hey, Boone's video has like 1.5 million views of him tearing it apart.
I'm fully aware it has over 1.5 million views, Joshua.
I mean, if you seriously though, if you actually wanted to do it, I wouldn't mind doing it because I have an extra one.
An extra one.
I have an extra one, so I will keep one of them because I do care about him to a certain degree, not as much as Brian does, but I do care about it to a certain degree. But I would willingly go and destroy the other one just for the video and see how that goes.
What's gonna happen is I did my videos for Lego Super Mario the launch, but literally any other contributor on Beyond the Brick who does Mario content, like destroying it or diminishing it, is going to do infinitely better than any content I'll do for it. So here's the strategy, Joshua. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen for Beyond the Brick if they receive more Lego Super Mario stuff in the future. I'm not putting zero effort into any videos. Zero. I'm building them on this live stream. And then if there are any extras, I'm sending it to Kirkland. I'm sending it to Boonland. All right. And they're going to destroy them. And I'm putting in minimal effort, but obviously I get them because I'm me. And I have
the problem was you put in too much effort you think was the issue.
And then they just get sent to Kirkland. So that's what's
the key is to have the person with the least amount of Mario knowledge do it. So that means I'm covering all the Mario stuff from here on out.
Brian just died inside.
Because then there's no effort, very little knowledge, and they'll do better.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Thank you for having me. I love Monkey Kid now. Monkey Kid is my favorite theme. I love Journey to the West. It is an incredibly. Let's get a update here. Bam! Oh, look at this pile up. Hey, I got a thing. It's this.
Wow.
This is really cool though. This is actually genuinely really cool. This Spider Queen.
That's a great fig.
It's an amazing figure. Cool. So this is what I was talking about before with the other camera. This is like a very blurry webcam. So trying to work on it still, but yeah, pretty cool.
I don't know. I think all the Monkey Kid sets from this round have been really great.
They have.
Yeah.
I made the executive decision to just get that one there because the Spider Mech is super cool and the mountain takes up a little bit too much room for my liking. But I'm sticking with this. So between this, I have the blacksmith shop and the 3-in-1 pirate ship on standby. Nothing else I'm over the moon for. So I'm hoping that'll last me for a little while.
Should be all right.
Yeah, that 3-in-1 pirate ship's pretty cute too.
Mark Centeno says, LMAO, I love the story about the desk. Thank you, Brian. Hey, Mark, thanks for your money in the gummy bear that looks like a... Thank you. Appreciate that. $5 will go directly toward not getting me a new desk because I already have one. So thank you. Much appreciated.
I just came up with a great content idea thanks to Alyssa's comment here. So this goes hand in hand with me cosplaying as Captain America. I can be Captain America like I was frozen in time in the 1940s, and then I'm introduced to new pop culture ideas that are exciting to me, and then I have to try to figure out pop culture as Captain
give him the
America,
journal.
and then it hits all the bases at the same time.
Oh my god, can I please be your sidekick for that? And like, I won't even say anything. I'll just roll my eyes at everything you say.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's some good content right there.
That'd be great.
Very chill chat here. Yeah, it's a slow day today. We don't have any news. Dan hasn't had his coffee yet.
The weather's nice outside, so nobody's watching us anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question.
6 Twitch viewers. That's pretty good.
Jan Vonk on the chat. What that little symbol on his name? What is that?
That's Periscope, also connected with
Twitter live stream.
Yeah.
We're everywhere, folks. You can't escape us. Beyond the break, we just have tentacles out on every platform.
It's like a Hydra. Hey, Marvel Kid is watching us. Thank you, Marvel Kid. Appreciate it. Marvel, what if featuring Joshua Hanlon? Right. The What If series that's going to be coming out.
I think they said something about a summer release for that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'm sorry it's freezing in Scotland. Sorry, go ahead, Flynn.
Oh no, I was saying I started watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I'm enjoying.
How do you like Joshua's performance?
It's funny. That's what I wanted to say. So like I had seen the hilarious meme of the Captain America. And I was like, why does that guy look familiar? And I was like watching this film, like, why does he look familiar? Why does he look familiar? And then the actor, I was like, why? And then I didn't realize it's Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And I was like, that's why he looks like so familiar. So you look like Kurt Russell's son, which means you also look like Kurt Russell. So I would say that is a big win-win in your column.
There we go. Thank you. I've been waiting for someone to put a positive spin on this whole situation.
I thought there was just going to be some conspiracy that Josh was actually Kurt Russell's son.
Oh,
you never know.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Of all of the comments I've gotten in my online YouTube career, that's one of the stranger ones.
Well, he's actually. I was reading an interview with him because he's pretty kind of universally hated right now. And he was saying that he was like, I love it. I'm the Marvel punching bag. I'm like really into it.
That's why I'm so alarmed by all of the comparisons, because I'm like, what is it about him that makes everyone immediately think of me?
The look, it's not the moral, thing of it. It's just you look like the guy.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, no, because definitely the take on the character. I mean, that must have been. I gotta say that must have been hard. Like, how do you get offered a job and they're like, basically, you're gonna be like the jerk version of Captain America. Is that cool with you? And also, you're gonna take it over from a beloved actor who's been doing the role for like a bunch of years. Is that okay? Okay, great.
I saw a meme online. Someone posted where it was comparing Chris Evans, Captain America, and then John Wyatt Russell or John Walker, Captain America. And it's like every time Steve would like mention who he was, he would always say like, I'm Steve Rogers or something like that. And then the other one it was like, hi, I'm John Walker, Captain America. Like he's always constantly saying he's Captain America. Yeah. That was like the meme of it.
Well, it's taken the character's taken an interesting turn, and I really am enjoying it personally. I thought it was great.
Yeah,
it's like somebody handed the actor like the complete run of West Coast Avengers and was like, "Pay attention to the guy in the black Captain America suit. Will do, and have fun."
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Kurt Russell's. Somebody just said Kurt Russell's in the MCU too. So yes, of course.
Please, Ego.
Oh, so it's all about family in that film,
Oh, here we go.
That's in
Here
the
we
Guardians
go.
of the Galaxy
Gotta
movies,
have Daddy
right?
get him his
What
part.
happened?
He was in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
He
that's what I
plays
was thinking.
Star-Lord's
I
father.
thought I was thinking of the right guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Escape from New York. I know you have no idea what I'm talking about, Joshua, but Escape from New York. I'm just gonna say words because it's like,
The Thing.
do yourself a favor if you have not seen Escape from New York. See Escape from New York.
It's a good film.
It is a classic.
I've heard of it. I've heard people talk about it before, but I have not seen it. So I'll add it to the list. It's a long list, though.
Now, don't confuse it with Escape from LA, which is a whole nother thing.
Very different cities, different coastline.
Yes, and The Thing is another excellent movie with Kurt Russell. Like that's like one of those. There's like I have a certain slate of movies where if they are on like TV while I'm flipping channels, I will absolutely stop and watch them. And The Thing is definitely one of them. As is Escape from New York. Funny enough.
Or Captain Ron.
Oh, sure. Or Overboard.
Look, Captain Ron is funny. All right.
Now I'm trying to think of other movies that Kurt Russell's been in that I might have seen. It might only be Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's been in. Have you seen any of the Fast and Furious movies?
No.
No. Okay. Well, he's in one of those, or
He's in
two
Soldier.
of them.
Stargate.
Yeah.
Oh, John just shouted from the other room. He's in Tron.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
one.
okay.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how we didn't mention that.
That makes sense. There we go. Because I knew his name sounded familiar. I knew there's like some movie because we just watched that recently, John and I was like, there's some movie that I know I've seen with him, but I couldn't think what it was. Those are great movies, by the way. The Tron movies. I very much enjoy those.
Okay. Good.
Oh yeah, Kurt Russell.
Oh
is
yeah,
in
Big
Tron.
Trouble in Little China. He was in that.
Oh,
Lots of stuff.
that's Jeff Bridges. That's in Tron.
Yeah, I was gonna say for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know why?
Oh,
Okay,
it's not him. Okay. Never mind then.
Forgive me. Sometimes I tend to mistake Kurt Russell and Jeff Bridges, and the only reason is because they kind of look a bit similar. I think that's why.
And
John
it's
says
okay,
they look
fake Captain
similar,
America.
so
We
that's
don't expect you to know.
How did you mistake the dude with Captain Ron?
Okay, wait. I have not watched The Big Lebowski yet. I know that Andreas told me. He told. Oh, Jeff told her to turn off the camera. So Andreas told me. I can't remember which quarantine cast this was. He was like, "You have to watch it," and then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it." He was like, "You're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it," and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it," and then I never got around to watching it, and it's still on the list of many other films that I still have to watch. So eventually, I will.
Well, by that, he's not even in Tron then. But anyway, it's still a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
I was like so into movies when I was, well, I mean, still am, but like, especially when I was like in my 20s, I was really, really into taking in as much movies that I could find. And I got one of those big, it was like an encyclopedia of movies, like when we still had books. You remember those, right? Books. And it was like a big, thick paperback. And I just went through with a highlighter and I just went through and I would just pick movies, sometimes at random, sometimes on, like ones that I really wanted. And I just started marking them off and marking them off and marking them off. I watched a lot of movies in my 20s, I gotta say. And still, I love film very much.
Ricksar says he was in the computer, wore tennis shoes, though. Who could forget that?
Oh. Did we have to go there?
It's a Disney movie. It's on Disney Plus, actually.
It's a 70s Disney movie, and he was a really, really young, and yeah, he was a robot who became a high school basketball star.
As one does.
As one does. Oh, Tombstone. Moto says Tombstone. He was also in. You don't know how happy I am that we've fallen down a Kurt Russell rabbit hole. Like, it's just like making my day.
There's something else I'm thinking of, but I can't remember what it is. It's like a 2000s superhero movie. What the heck is it? I know he was in it, but I don't remember the name of it. It was on Disney or something.
All right.
I also find it interesting though that how he mistook whatchamacallit, Jeff Bridges for Kurt Russell for a second. But Jeff Bridges is actually also a part of the MCU because he plays Obadiah Stane in the first Iron Man.
Isn't kind of everybody in?
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. Super. That's what it was. Sky High. Yeah, that's another movie he was in. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have
Brian, are you a fan of the set?
I am at this point here with it, so not too far. It's the very structural integrity of it. It is 2 instruction manuals, and it's pretty substantial. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to finish today. I don't know if I'm going to finish on camera. I might actually just build this for myself. We'll see. But depends on how much I got to do during the week.
Wow, Brian, your hair has like a life of its own today.
Yes, it certainly does. It is staying this way until at least I get vaccinated, which hopefully will be in the not too distant future.
Excellent.
I completed the mech and made a modification.
What'd you do to it?
You gonna show us?
I got rid of the stupid robot brand and threw a minifigure in there.
Oh yeah, because you did keep mentioning that it can fit. Okay.
Like it comes with like a dark blue tile thing that I pretty sure I threw somewhere, but yeah, there's enough space in there for a minifigure. It's got little dials, and just threw this guy together because I like the diver helmet for like a rebreather. And it goes well with the walker. Like,
yeah,
nice.
Nonchalantly, hey, we made a theme. Don't worry though. So I mean, it's cool. It was a very fun set to build. A lot of cool techniques for making mechs and stuff, and kind of want to apply it to some stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was a good $25. Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Nice. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, I guess. But it's fun. This space stuff that they're doing, like getting it in on the slides, it's pretty neat. I know that they're doing that with other stuff too, but it's just cool to see. Just cool to see that like somebody at Lego is like, hey, we still like space, but I mean like in the fantastic way, not the, here's your space shuttle or here's your space station, but in like the, here's some futuristic technology that exists. And,
some more like sci-fi space.
Yeah, yeah. And you got a little alien dude, and he's cute.
Well, I really liked the and I forget the name of it every single time, but what was the theme that had the UFOs and the alien
conquest?
Thank you. I don't know why I cannot keep that in my head. Like
because they were called the ADU for some reason too. Like on their uniforms, it was ADU, and it's like, what does that even mean? Alien Defense Unit?
Oh,
I really liked that line. I thought they had some cool stuff going on, and some fun minifigs as well.
And Raj says the cyber drone is better, and we'll do some comparisons.
Kirk, there's a question in the chat wondering if you've seen the Rocketeer.
Yeah.
No, that's that movie with like who's in there? Terry O'Quinn, and then Jennifer Connelly, who was also in Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
I have not seen The Rocketeer.
The Rocketeer is a great movie. That was a movie I watched growing up. We'd watch it occasionally when I was a kid, and very, very enjoyable. I like that a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
I remember
it's got great. The design of his suit is so great. It's very, like 1930s, 40s Art Deco style suit.
I remember watching that, and that kind of got me into like I don't know if this is what it's called or not, but it's definitely like retro tech. Like it looks like it's older, but it still works and everything else and things like that. And that, like you said, Clint, like that Art Deco is really awesome as far as all that design stuff goes. I've always enjoyed that style
Mm.
of things. Kirk, so you haven't seen The Big Lebowski or The Rocketeer?
Don't get mad at me. I have so many movies on my list of things to watch.
Not as many as Joshua.
That is true. That is very true. That is very true. But yeah, it's just a bunch
I
of
ask
stuff.
this every week. Have you watched Ghostbusters yet?
No, Jeff, I told you I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you when I do it, so you don't have to keep asking.
Whoa, I feel like we've hit a sensitive subject with the two of you.
Oh,
I have
Jeff,
to write
I
that
just
one down
love
too.
making fun of
Don't
Ghostbusters
ask
with you.
Joshua about
boy.
Ghostbusters.
I feel like one of these days Josh was just gonna be like, okay, I finally watched Ghostbusters now, and then Jeff's just gonna be like, I don't care anymore. I asked you so many times, and you just kept telling me no.
That will never happen because Jeff cares a lot.
That's
true.
right.
That is
He
true.
will
He cares too
always
much.
care.
He cares. Yeah.
Just saying.
True.
Yep.
Closing into 50 episodes, and Joshua is finally standing his ground. Nice.
I mean,
We all work on things together on this show.
That's right. You know, we've all grown together on this stream.
I've regressed, but everyone else has grown, I assure you.
Well, your
I mean,
hair's grown.
it took Kirk
True.
2.5 hours to build a robot once, so and I think
Hey,
he's gotten
hey,
faster.
hey. I think that day I was actually doing a bit more talking, and I actually was searching for parts, which when I'm searching for parts, it takes me much longer to build the thing that I'm trying to build. If I knew where the parts were, it would have taken like
Are you
2
build
minutes.
shaming him?
I think
what I'm
he
saying
is.
that Kirk doesn't know how to organize his parts to build things.
I organize it in the way that I see fit by color, and the only thing that's like a bit more sorted out are like my gray parts because I have a lot of those, so I don't need it to be super confusing for me. So that's like the one thing that I actually have the space to do that. But everything else, I don't have the space to do that because that would take up a lot of space.
Man, I would have such a hard time doing it by color. I've only got certain things. I mean, I know it like when it wasn't a space issue, like when I had like lots of room, or when I had only had a little bit of room. Sorry, I color was definitely the way I went, and then once we started expanding and getting more stuff, I just couldn't do it by color anymore. Like I couldn't look for that one tiny yellow thing in the giant box of yellow things. But yeah, I think it's if you don't have like a massive amount of stuff, it's actually a really good way to go.
Yeah.
Flynn, I have a question for you. So when you were on that little TV show, and then afterwards, did you just get like buckets of like product from people, or did you already have a massive collection before you were on the show? I don't know these things, man, so I'm just asking.
No, that's fair. No, we got we already had a pretty big a pretty big collection.
Yeah.
And we also belong to a lug, and every lug meeting somebody comes with bulk brick. So, we gather. We also have a Bricks and Minifigs near us that also has bulk brick. So we have ways of, picking it up. And I have to say, we a lot of times are picking stuff up that's project based, rather than just random. Like we usually have an idea of like what it is that we want to get. And then Lego did send us, everybody who's been a Lego Masters contestant like around the world has received the same package of sets. And that was, we got the bookshop, the Friends TV show ideas set,
The NES.
the NES, and the was it like the Land Rover, the really big Technic Land Rover, some I think like the Goofy and Donald brickheads we got, and golly, I'm trying to remember if there was something, and then a couple of other things, and then but of course the thing is like most of the contestants weren't couples. And we're married and have a small apartment. They sent us each a packet, a package.
Oh, no.
So we have like 2 of all of those things. And then just recently, we did a project on our channel with Lego. Reached out to us to do a thing with them. They're like, we'll send you some sets to put together with people on your, they're like, we want to send you some sets to put together. How would you like to do it? And we said, well, we do Sunday shows where we have a group and people put stuff together, and they were like, okay, well, that's fine. Well, they ended up sending us like a ridiculous amount of each set, so we had enough for everyone. And it was actually a really fun stream, like having everybody putting together the same set. There was like 3 or 4 of us putting together the same set, and the ability to like talk about the design of the set and what goes into it while we're all kind of doing the same thing was really fun. And so that added on to the collection, of course, but we are sort of in a what do you call it? A lull of pulling in more right now, just because we have a big piece that we're putting together for the Lego house for next year, and a couple of other things. It's hard when you I mean, I don't know, those of you who do a lot of mocking, I'm not sure how many people here do, but we do a lot of mocks, and then you want to keep them together, but then that's all of the, and that's all of the bricks that you have of a particular thing, right? Like, especially because we tend to design a lot with color in mind, and like a very, very specific color palette. So like we'll make a building, and then I go and I'm like, where are all the tan 1x6 plates? Like, why don't we have any more? Oh, right, because they're all over in that thing that we did that was all tan and dark red or whatever. So we get more, and then we finally are like, oh, we've run out of room now, and we need to and though I have to say we do give away a lot of the sets that we get on like as prizes on our show. So it's a great way to help mitigate the collection. I'll just say that. And I will say too that we've been very fortunate, and that there have been some incidents where for my birthday, on our stream, the viewers like all pitched in and got me the Hogwarts castle, because a friend had sent me a used one and it got stolen off of our porch like in the middle of the pandemic. It was a bummer. But they pitched in and got me one for my birthday. So yeah, we've been fortunate, but I will say it's not like people aren't just like throwing sets at us or anything.
Well, that's what I was asking, because like when you're on something like that and everything else, and like Boone and I have talked about it briefly and not at length, but like I have you here, so congratulations. If I had a notebook, I would have official Flynn questions, but I don't. Are you recognized as like still from that experience, or like
Well, I mean,
because you guys kind of had like
hard to say because we haven't been anywhere. So. What happened was the show, we only got I guess we were like maybe 6 or 7 episodes in when lockdown happened. So we never, like, our season never got that kind of like aftermath experience of being in public. The biggest one we did was Bricks Cascade, which was massive and was like a huge, crazy thing. But that was, you remember that, Joshua? That was bananas.
I do, yeah. That was there was long lines, almost nonstop. It seemed like you guys were very busy.
Yeah, it was intense. And so, but we ended in lockdown. So, I mean, I will say that I was at the local Bricks and Minifigs the other day, and a lady recognized me with my mask on. So I guess there is some like recognition factor out there. But it we'll see how it goes, especially now that they've announced season 2's coming out, and I think there'll probably be a lot of focus on the new folks. And deservedly so, and I'm really excited about that. Oh, that's right. Moto mentions that Lego Masters US actually starts airing in the UK tonight, which is blowing my mind. I got to tell you, like, it was one thing, like reckoning with like the country that I live in. A lot of people knowing who we are, just like in general, because we were on a show. But now, kind of wrapping my head around that it'll be in a whole nother country is it's just weird.
You're breaking out into that international audience, Flynn.
Gone
That's
international,
right.
man.
You got to do the international tour soon.
No, and really, in all seriousness, for a show like yours that airs during the daytime, especially for UK people, that is integral. Like you guys may see like a good chunk of people come over to your show through Lego Masters, and it fits so well. So
maybe, yeah. I don't know how it's gonna. Like, I don't even know how to like. Yeah, I mean, I've been on London Bridge Bricks and Cy O'Connor's show lately, and they came on our show. And they were talking about it, and they were just like, they haven't seen the show. They just knew that I was on Lego Masters because they'd seen me around and like on the internet or whatever. So now they'll actually get to see like what it was we did. So that'll be interesting. And then I'll never get invited on again. So
They're gonna be blown away by the clock. That's all I'm gonna say.
oh well.
Everybody
thank
sitting here
you.
was, except Dan, because he's in New Zealand.
Well, we really love making mechanical things.
Mhm.
And I have to say, we were, unfortunately, we are not going to be able to make a mechanical thing for display at Lego House. It's going to be there for a year, and there's not somebody to be there to maintenance it or to make, because, I mean, making mechanical things is awesome. Making mechanical things for cons is extremely difficult. Especially because Lego motors, and especially when it comes to like EV3 and stuff like that, they're not made to run like 10 hours at a time without stopping. Like they're meant to, like, you play with them for an hour and then and then you put it away and you don't play with it again until the next day or the next week, or you just run the train at Christmas time around the tree or whatever. So it's disappointing that we won't be able to do that, because I would really like to. But I think it's in another way, and we were talking about this, it cuts out a lot of the design process. So like when we did our Treasure of the Snake Queen mountain thing, it was we spent an intense amount of time just troubleshooting all the mechanics in it. And there were a lot of mechanics in it, like a lot. And it's like every time you add another motor, another piece of chain, another axle that spins, you're adding another possible point of failure.
Right.
And then it becomes, like you build it, and of course you build it all in an open way. And then when you start to add bricks on top of it and compress everything that you've already made, it really starts to mess with the with stuff. So it's interesting. Building mechanical stuff for cons is really interesting. No one asked about that. I don't know why I went down that path. Sorry.
No, you're not.
It's very interesting.
All of the GBT builders are in agreement with you on how difficult it is to keep mechanical things running.
Yeah, well, I remember like when one of the first times we took Snake Queen out, there was a guy next to us who did first Lego League at his kid's school, and he was like, I can't believe you guys got it to run the same way. So because not only are the motors not meant to run over and over and over again, even though they are computerized, they don't always do exactly the same thing every single time. Like if you tell something to turn 45 degrees and then turn back another 45 degrees, it may not always go exactly right, and you end up, things end up getting a little bit off. So
Yeah.
Little tip for you there. If you're building mechanical things for a con, make sure it's something that only runs every once in a while. Otherwise,
that
you'll
was
be
a very cool,
time.
cool build though. If people haven't seen our video that we made on that with you guys, should definitely check it out on the channel, and you can see how all of the amazing moving features.
Thanks.
There's a couple questions for you, Flynn, in the chat that I'm going to divert to because I'm running low. So for Zoom, Chris Giddens wants to know if you would do an all-star, like Lego Masters. Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if for no other reason than to get to see everybody again and to like see Jamie and Amy again, to see Will, like, these are, it's not like Will and I are best buds or anything, but he was a part of my life for like almost every day for, a couple of months. So that was, during a particularly intense experience. So, that was really cool. But yeah, I would absolutely do it. It was a really tough, but I would absolutely do it again for sure.
Fantastic. A couple of other people are saying that they're GBC builders and they understand that frustration of the mechanics not always working like it should. And I've only seen these things and I've gone, that looks really complicated. I'm glad I'm not doing that because it would just
yeah, and I mean GBC isn't something that I've delved into. I would like to, like, given my love of mechanics and Rube Goldberg devices, I would love to be involved. I just don't know much about it, and I feel like it's something where I would need a mentor, kind of like I'd need somebody who really knows what they're doing to show, because we learned a lot out of books. And I like learning stuff on my own out of books, but it is invaluable to have somebody who really knows what they're doing and talking about to kind of guide you and stuff like that.
That's why a lot of conventions have started doing GBC workshops, because they realize like the barrier to entry for GBC is a lot higher than it is for kind of other parts of the Lego building community. So the workshops are always really great if you're ever at a show that is putting one of those on.
I would love to. I've been, like Bricks by the Bay is our home convention, but I don't know that I've ever seen a GBC talk, and I would love to go to one. That seems like that would be really cool.
Yeah, I don't think they do it there. I think they do it like Brick Fair and Brick World shows.
Got it.
If they've done anything at like Bricks Cascade or BrickCon before as well.
Yeah, they're definitely bigger in the on the East Coast Midwest area as far as GBC goes. So
yeah, that's where a lot of the builders are.
So what are you working on? So you're on your channel, Flynn. You've got the 2-week free build challenge. Can you tell us all a little bit more about that and how much time there's left on that? Or
well, that one's actually done. That ended last week. So we've been, like, the whole time during lockdown, we've done weekly challenges, which was a lot of challenges. And then now that things are kind of opening back up again, and as Brian mentioned, we do a daytime show like this, like 10 a.m. And so it's especially now with everybody going back to work, it's getting a little different. So we decided to go for 2-week builds, and now we've been taking ideas from viewers, like what kind of what are some suggestions for themes, and then we roll a 20-sided die and pick one from the list. And always got to get some D&D in there if humanly possible. And this time it's it's like build a scene for your favorite minifigure, which I really love those kinds of challenges, because I feel like they are the kind that can encourage new builders to try making mocks. Because minifigs are so engaging. And I have to say, like, that's how I started doing mocks. Like, we bought that X-Men set and then immediately started building mocks after building that first set. And the way that I trained myself to do it was picking just like a minifigure at random and making just like a little 8x8 vignette for it, like just a little thing. And then I expanded to 16x16s. And now for this one, it's a 2-week build. So I'm hoping people will build, have the time to build large, which would be cool.
Absolutely, yeah. What, April and Dan, what about you guys? Have you guys ever done any of Flynn's challenges at all?
Not yet, but I'm game.
Yeah, I love April. By the way, I've been loving your video posts on Twitter of your like little scenes. Again, I love that kind of stuff. My favorite by far was the genie bottle with the trolls little bulb thing. It was a brilliant combination. It was so good. And also, as I messaged you, I was obsessed with I Dream of Jeannie as a kid and Bewitched. And that whenever she would be inside of her bottle, I was like, I want to live there. There's a giant like circular pink couch with lots of pillows, and it looks really amazing. But yeah, it was a beautiful little mock. I really liked that one a lot.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I don't get to catch much of Flynn's streams because it's now that daylight savings has changed. I'm like 2 hours out of whack from everything now.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff that happens in US daytime is like my 3 a.m. or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to especially with the really big international gaps. It's totally hard. That's why I miss out on some that I would like to watch too. And I think really the most important thing to us is like not so much the views and whether people can come or not, or how long people can come or not. It's just that the sense of community and the sense of all kind of like group creating art together.
Yeah.
That's like the most important thing to me in Lego. Like whether you're building sets or building mocks or whatever, is just that you're having fun and you're being encouraged to create. Right. And some people don't feel creative enough to make a mock, and that's fine. Like you still, and I think that's part of the fun of Lego that a lot of people don't focus on, is that it's like a little art piece that you're making. And when you're done, you have a physical piece of art in your hands that somebody designed and you took a part in. And I think that's great. And I wish there was, I love hobbies that encourage that kind of thing. I'll say that. That's why I really love 3D printing. Like the 3D printing world is so, at least the part that I've become involved in is just so open, and a lot of sharing of ideas. And, there are multiple websites where people have created incredible 3D models, and you can just download them for free and print them out at home. There's just something about that, that community of art that I really appreciate. And it's the same thing with theater. It's like people coming together to create a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you have you had a chance to ever catch a show called Old Gray Bricks on Thursday?
Old Gray Bricks, is that your show?
No, it's not my show.
Okay.
No.
This is how Jeff is just
Wasn't a
plugging his
self-promo.
stuff.
No.
It's like,
I'm
I
not
don't know if
gonna
you've heard of
invite
this
the
thing, but
I want to.
Well, I mean, there's my so there's actually my answer. Obviously, if I didn't know who stream
Right,
was,
right.
no, I haven't seen it.
I'm gonna send you an invite for it because it's a whole bunch of dudes in your age range. Notice I didn't say old; I said age range, and they talk about old space stuff and other Lego.
And you
sets
just said old like 6 times, Jeff.
Fazoom is actually the leader of the thing. I'm going to send you an invite. Maybe you can hook up with them because they do the same thing that you just talked about, just in a different. They focus more on space, and I figure maybe you can meet those guys, and the more the community gets to know one each other, the better. So.
No, I agree, and I think one of the hard things about streaming is that there are so many great content creators out there, so many people making great stuff, and there's also only so many hours in the day.
oh yeah,
And there's also only so much brain energy that I can put into sitting in front of my computer. And because I really love hiking and going out and doing outside stuff and, my prints and stuff. And I feel like I don't get to see nearly as many of the amazing things that are out there as I would like. And I think that's one of the things that you kind of, that's fun about the streaming community, is that you kind of have this little bit of a pass with each other, right? Like, and yet everybody still apologizes. Oh, I'm so sorry, I wasn't able to make your stream. Like, I was really busy doing blah blah. And I was like, you know what? Like, just the fact that you want to be there is great for me. And if you can't, I get it. I don't have time to see everything either. So but I love that there seems to be like a among streamers a general understanding that with other streamers they kind of get a little pass if they're not able to come and make it to see you. It's just
absolutely.
But I also on the flip side of that, I have really enjoyed recently going around and watching other people's streams. It's been really fun and makes the community much larger and stronger, I think, because of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
When you join Chris's stream, you need to tell the space guys just tone it back a little bit and make a little more room for Castle in the lineup.
Wow. You're like sending me in with a bomb, basically. You're like, okay, just go in and say this thing. It'll be hilarious. They'll love it.
But it's a lot like prison. If you go in there and you be all innocent and stuff, you're gonna get hurt. But if you go in there and you start throwing bows, they'll know who's in charge.
Oh, I have no desire to be in charge.
I mean, we've got Canadians in there that have seen mooses, so you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Uh-huh.
Well, that took a turn.
Well,
Awkward.
Any update, Brian, on the set? Are you regretting starting building it?
I threw the set in the garbage. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, got it right here.
Whoa.
I mean, it's no Minion set, but I suppose it's okay.
You know, you keep sending me the most redonkulous stuff, man. But I'd much rather be building stuff like this. Look at this.
This is the spider, right?
Yes.
Oh, it looks so cool. I want that one really bad.
But like, just look at already. This is bag 4. I'm sorry, 4. So just like even that platform right there, and like the toxic waste that's behind here, and the jail cell. It's just a very cool looking set. I have grown away from Monkey Kid because I haven't watched the show. So I bought this set exclusively because it looks cool. So
yeah.
It is pretty cool.
that's what I would sell people on at the Lego store. I'm like, all right, here's the coolest looking stuff. This is what you're going to buy. And I haven't gotten many returns in my day. So I'm
how have the Fortnite streams been recently, or has it been other stuff more recently?
We're at that part of the show. No, it's going good.
I always since I don't actually get to catch your streams normally,
Since
then
I
it's
actually
interesting
don't
to
watch
hear.
your content, Brian. I'm curious what your recap is.
Right, exactly. I want to know what's going on.
as long as the paychecks keep coming in, I don't care what you do. Yeah, no, it's fine. I have done a lot of tinkering with the way that I run things throughout my Discord server, Patreon, etc., to kind of streamline everything and make it as enjoyable of a process on other people and myself as possible. And it's not perfect, but it's getting there.
Oh, that reminds me. So I did catch some of your like fireside chat stream where you were. I thought it was interesting. You said that your like Discord has taught you a lot about sort of like interacting with fans and that sort of thing.
Jeff knows. I had a lot of an odd amount of disciplinary talks with people. I'm like, what is appropriate behavior in a public setting? What do you not say? What do you say? And it's all stuff that I feel like as a dude who plays video games and podcasts and builds Lego, etc., I shouldn't have to deal with because I am not designed in my position to do things like that, but I guess I am. And you know, how do I talk to people in a particular way, not as a boss, not as a brother or a friend, but as a guy, right? How do you moderate that without coming up? And also, these aren't necessarily adults that I'm talking to that can rationalize things. So like trying to streamline all of that and putting it in a professional manner as I possibly can has been very, very challenging, but I'm getting better at it, and it's coming along, thankfully.
Well, I mean, you've also got Steve Struble, you've got Eli, you've got Brandino, and you've got Ant there that are definitely helping you out when it comes to that too. And like,
that's yeah.
I mean, when it comes to like
occasionally,
when it comes to that stuff, like I don't mind. Like, yeah, I'm there too. Whatever. Like when it comes to like disciplinary stuff, I guess Brian would be the mom who's very disappointed in you. and I'm the dad that's like, well, I got my belt. Time for some lessons. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, see, and that's not necessarily the approach that I want to endorse. So,
Right.
everybody has their approaches, and that's not my approach. So it's my sole duty as the person who runs my ship to be like, okay, this is how we do this. This is how we do that. And then who delegates to what and there and that. So that was a part of my fireside chat, which was talking about boundaries and respecting boundaries, which is very different from what I normally do on here on my streams or otherwise. It's actually me talking seriously about a topic. I don't know if that's a hard concept to grasp, but I do.
It is.
Not spout nonsense. So, yeah.
Good to hear. I like your evolution of streaming that you continue to go through.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm not evolving, what am I doing? I'm sitting still doing a whole bunch of nothing. Can't do that. Got to keep moving.
Sometime I want to play like Fortnite or just some game with you in a stream to appear in one of your streams. Then I feel like our Twitch channel would really blow up after that.
Why would I want that?
I mean, it's mostly for myself to get more followers, so I just was hoping you'd say yes.
Do you think I rely on you for clout?
No, that's
Yeah.
why I want to be in your stream.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But you can talk to my management and we can arrange something.
Do you play video games, Joshua?
Occasionally. Recently I've been playing Borderlands for the first time, even though the game's 10 plus years old now.
He blew up a Nintendo
I've
Switch
very
playing
much
Odyssey.
enjoyed that. So that's actually what I play since my friend Corey's Switch broke and I can't finish Mario Odyssey anymore. Then we started playing Borderlands together. Which is like co-op in that game is super fun. It's more fun than going through like the campaign single player.
And see here, I thought you'd play World of Tanks because of the historical value and the educational.
I have.
You know?
I've spent that was when I was younger. That was definitely one of my big games. I've put a lot of hours into World of Tanks, Stan.
When you were younger, what do you mean? Last year?
And then in 2019, when I got to go to the Tank Museum
In 2019, when you were
in Bovington, which is like they have this close relationship with World of Tanks, and they have all the tanks there from a lot of the tanks from the game there and everything. And then we got to do the videos with Brickmania. It was so much fun. I love that.
Yeah, when I was younger in 1989, I used to play on an Amiga 500.
There you go.
Good.
You actually had an Amigo?
Zoom knows what's up here. I just play chess on my Nintendo 64.
I had an Atari 2600, and that was like at the time really, really cool. I think that even predates the Amiga, Dan. I think
Yeah, it does.
I may have out-olded you on that one.
Yeah, I never had an Atari. The first computer I remember our family having was a Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah.
And the first game system that I remember having was a Sega Master System.
Very good, very good.
Because it does what Nintendo don't.
I don't remember. It was too long ago.
Yeah, my mom has a picture that she always threatens to put out there. I think I may have posted it at one point, but there is a picture of a very excited, however old I was, like probably 10 or 11, like with my Atari 2600, like a Christmas morning, just like it was the greatest thing ever.
Was it a black and white or a color photo?
It's a color photo.
Oh, well, then you're not that old then. No, you're not that old. If you're not in black and white photos, you're not that old.
I know. If you're not in black and white photos, are you really old?
Well, that's right. Well, see, these kids these days, they get their fancy phones and they make their pictures black and white because it's cool. Like, man, some of us were in the
Kids these
original
days.
black and white.
Well, I do actually. There are a lot of my early childhood photos that are in black and white, but there was already color at that time.
Yeah, those 3-color photos, with
Exactly.
literally just 3 colors, and they made up the whole photo with just 3 colors.
They're all hand painted, actually, just to look like they're in color.
Speaking of video games, real quick, going back to what we were talking about. So the most like influential game for me growing up that I played the most was the real-time strategy game Age of Empires. I don't know if any of you played that at all. It's pretty well known, so it's not like it's some not well-known game. And Microsoft just held an event where they're coming out. They haven't come out with a new Age of Empires game in like 10 plus years, and they just unveiled footage of Age of Empires 4 the other day for the first time, and it's coming out later this year, which is super exciting for me. So I don't know if anyone else cares about that or not, but that was like the game for me for my childhood.
And my son, who's 18, plays Age of Empires still, and we've played on and off for the last 10 years or so, and he still goes back to it. And he also mentioned that there's a new one coming out just the other day too. So it's still out there. It's still around.
Oh yeah, there's still a really active community online playing, and they release like definitive editions of the old games. So there's still a lot of people that play.
Is that SimCity?
It's the most boring game ever. So those people are all really boring, but it's still there.
Civilization's up there too.
Oh boy.
Just saying.
Civilization's
now
also
there you go.
Jeff.
Civilization, that is one of that's like, I don't usually like those kinds of games, but that's one that I did always enjoy. But SimCity, you guys, SimCity, come on.
Their original SimCity, that was best. Remember when you used to be able to hack the original SimCity by typing in, I can't even remember what it was that you would type, and you just keep hitting enter, and you'd get heaps and heaps of money, but it would create all the earthquakes and stuff. So you had to do it at the beginning of the game and get rich quick, man.
Dan dropping knowledge here. Brian just slips away.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Brian,
are you going down there?
Because we're talking about games that are better than Mario games. Is that why you're upset?
He's just going down to check out his artwork.
Let's still look at his gummy bear. Yes, Brian.
Yeah. He's comparing the size of his gummy bears.
Do you people,
Brian? We can see you here.
Okay, how about Oregon Trail? Anybody? Oregon Trail?
Oh, come on! Oh, sure.
Oh no, that one I have not heard of.
I actually
Well, I actually
surprised.
Oregon Trail.
The dysentery memes?
How has Joshua Hanlon heard of Oregon Trail and you haven't, Dan?
Hang on. Let me Google this real quick.
Are the Oregon Trail memes not a thing in New Zealand?
Apparently not.
I had a device. I don't remember what it was, but it actually had that game on there.
Are you saying that the Oregon Trail or Oregon Trail? As in
Oregon.
Oregon.
Okay, it's my Midwestern accent. Whatever.
No, definitely have not heard. I thought you said Oregon Trail, and the first thing I'm thinking of was like, what is this game? Do you leave your organs behind in a trail? Do you realize that the human intestine is 4 times longer than the height of an average human, right? Or 7 or something.
I want to say it was
just drag your intestines along. People follow the trail. What the heck?
Did anybody play that? There was a Wii game that I think it was put out by Atlas, and I'm pretty sure it was a Wii, but it was like a full-on surgery game. Like you would use the little like remotes to like laser cut out like tumors and stuff. It was weird. It was weird.
Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah, didn't you play that? You played that weird ass game, that Surgeon Simulator one.
Dan.
And I'm a medical professional, and even I found that one odd.
But it wasn't trying to be realistic. I'll just say that. And there was like it was a whole weird like storyline kind of sort of that went along with it. It was like, yeah.
Learn to do surgery, but in like a sloppy, cartoony way, so you just kill everyone.
Exactly.
It was like the Phoenix Wright of surgery games, if you know what Phoenix Wright is.
This Oregon Trail one is like ancient. This is original.
It's really old. And then so Dan, the big joke was it was really, really difficult to win. Like you could never really get to Oregon, and like the best one was it would just, it was like the green screen with the letters, and it just said, "You have died of dysentery."
I just saw that. You have dysentery. You have measles.
It's so good though, because at the beginning of the game, Dan, you'd get your wagon, and then you'd go and you'd have to buy all your supplies. You'd have to strategically buy stuff so that you could survive going from wherever you'd start out. It was like Missouri, that area of the country is where a lot of these journeys started from. and then you were trying to go all the way to Oregon, but it was the pioneers, and there was no one there to help you, so you were on your own, and you had to hunt stuff as you went along and not die of diseases. It was so much fun.
You have cholera. Cool.
And Zoom is right. See, these games were all history class for me growing up. I think like one of the reasons I'm so into history is definitely all of these games like Age of Empires that I played as a kid.
Joshua, speaking of dysentery, do we have anybody in the green room?
Oh, I see. I see.
Hey, there he is. What's going on?
There it is. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Andreas, I was just talking about my favorite childhood video game, Age of Empires. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but I would like to show you.
See, of course you haven't. You've never heard of any of the cool things that I did growing up.
No, I played Mario Kart all the time, as you know. But look at this. I found it, and I would like to show it to you. This is my new friend. This is Marcus.
That is awesome.
On Suzangabout.
Look at this. I mean, it
Is that the new mascot?
Maybe. But Josh, may I ask something? I found another pody bag. Is this the end? So am I turning in and you say goodbye, everybody, good night, or do we have time?
You know, whenever you show up, we end the stream, right?
I don't care. You know, it was good to see everybody. Flynn, we haven't seen yet. I guess April B, well known for her Twitch live streams every Wednesday.
It's every two. I thought
It's not Wednesdays, but
It's
yeah.
Wednesday on Red Clips.
1 to 7. You have to try.
Andres, the chat wants to know: are you still live from the compound? How you feeling, man?
I'm good. As you know, it looks stunning here. I'm in a good mood today because now I realize that I have to stay here for 3 years. It's okay. You know, you just have to go on.
He got an extra
So
scoop of
I'm
mashed
fine.
potatoes
I'm
on
fine.
his meal. He's feeling good. He's feeling good. Excellent.
You can build your polybag, okay? Just go for it.
Okay, if you have time. I mean, I have time.
Yes.
By the way, is this whole thing called now the Bricks O'Brien Show? I think this should be the name for it. You know,
Why?
because it's every time I tune in right now, I see your hair. I see you. It's like Josh is like a small part of this, but you are now my live stream hero, well known on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter. I mean, you are the man.
Andres, have you seen Joshua's performance in Captain America: Falcon and Winter Soldier? I don't want to mess with Joshua.
I'm thinking of this all the time. Joshua, great job. I've seen the first 4 episodes.
Oh, so you appreciate this comment, Andreas. So my family says they say he looks like the actor looks like a mix between me and Casey Neistat because of his nose. See, that's a comment you can appreciate. I think that's actually like right on the money. So if anyone has seen Casey Neistat videos, I think that's like a mix between Casey Neistat captures it pretty well.
But they do agree it looks like you.
The bit where he comes out.
They're definitely I think the blue eyes and the hair color I think are the two things that stand out the most to me.
The bit where he comes out on the steps, I think it's at I don't know where it is. Maybe it's the Capitol building, or when he's first introduced. I saw the photo of that, and the first thing I thought was Casey Neistat, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's Casey Neistat doing it. And then they took his mask. Okay, it's not Casey Neistat, but the mouth, it's definitely Casey Neistat. I'm with you on that one.
There's one story, and I was laughing so hard, and it's kind of an insider. I will try to bring the story to Brian, but there's something Brian would like to say right now.
No, I'm just counting how many stories you got.
One first.
Just one, and it's continuous.
Okay, there's a colleague of mine. While I was writing articles for the town website of Hamburg, and he kind of hired me to do a job for 3 months, and then I went on and had another job in this apartment, in this bureau, and with all the colleagues. So I was writing all the time, and after 2 years, he was gone. And he wasn't the best buddy of mine. You know, we were kind of arguing all the time and stuff. And then suddenly, I would say 6 or 7 years later, I saw a photo on the biggest news website in Germany, Spiegel Online. And I thought, oh my goodness, it is Philip. And the fun fact is, everybody was thinking the same. And now here's the story. This guy on the photo with a hat looks exactly like Edward Snowden.
Wow.
That
Cool
story
story,
did
bro.
not end how I thought it was
Everybody,
going.
for any reason, it looks exactly the same. Everybody was laughing so hard. So, like, he is back after 5 years, and maybe, just maybe, there is kind of one person who knows.
Thank you for
Cool
sharing,
story.
Andreas. Brian really, really wanted to hear that story.
I know.
He was very enthralled, as we all were. Andre, when did you get here?
I'm still waiting for the end of the story. What was the end of it?
That's how Andreas' stories work, Dan.
Not every story, but I realized, okay, Edward Snowden is from your beloved country, and maybe the story isn't so funny now and stuff like that. So I skipped the main part. When you start to tell a story and then you realize, oh my goodness, I'm in a chat here with so many beloved people from the United States of America, and then we'll make
That's
fun of
right.
the story.
We're highly offended, Andreas.
It's totally fine.
Dan, Andreas doesn't end stories. He just pauses until the next story begins.
He's not from America.
I'm a slow New Zealander, remember. We've got
You
slow
said down
internet
under.
down here. It takes a while to get here. You got to fill in the blanks.
And did you ever get your coffee?
Yeah, I did. I
That's
drank
good.
it. I don't think it was enough.
Oh,
Wasn't enough for that story, that's for sure.
that's fair.
Oh damn! Oh my goodness.
Brian, we have a chat, a comment in the chat.
Daddy's back.
Oh, daddy.
Daddy.
Oh, shout out to my good friend Chris from England.
Hold on, Andreas.
Hold on, there's
Don't
something more important
interrupt.
happening, Andreas.
Do not.
Oh, I'm sorry, $20. Go for it. I'm sorry.
Do not interrupt my shout out to Esh Daddy. LME Toys building your April one brick at a time. Thank you, Esh Daddy, for your continued support on the Quarantine Cast and covering up a bit of Andres' face. I appreciate it, as always.
That's a lot of bricks.
So, and now shout out to Chris. It's so good to see you here in the chat. Mastermind behind somebody is publishing the best reviews in the internet, in the World Wide Web. So good to see you
Brian
here.
sitting right here. Have you seen his Mario ASMR? I can't believe you'd say that.
No, because everyone watched Boone's teardown video.
And
Hey,
everyone
your
was
ASMR has
too.
like 500,000 views, Brian.
Not good enough.
Hey, that
not
was
good
the,
enough. I
it
want
was the
more.
Mario you killed, Brian. Is that why you love Mario so much? Because you still feel guilty about killing him?
Oh,
You
scandal.
don't need to go deep dive on my trauma today on the show.
You killed him. I revived mine. I resurrected my one. You just threw yours to the curb so quick. I kept
The only reason
mine.
you resurrected
I
him was
looked
so you could
after
talk
him.
about how much you hate him all the time now.
Yeah, well, the thing is I looked after him for months and months and months. I kept him on life support, and what do you know? I got him back. But not Brian's one. Brian's one got put
Listen,
down
I
to
make
little bitty
sacrifices for the greater
pieces.
good. Okay.
Oh,
see.
you killed Mario, mate. You
Hey,
killed
the
him.
views are worth it. Thank you.
About Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Killed him dead. We're gonna see Mario in Ghostbusters Afterlife, the one that Brian killed.
That's fair.
Boy.
I mean, John and I have to fund our wildly irresponsible YouTuber lifestyle somehow, and without videos like Mario being torn apart, we wouldn't be able to do it.
You see,
It was a
Boone
was a
Boone
good
was
video.
kind. Boone was kind when he did it, but you see, I'm not going to be kind. I'm always kind to people, but not this guy. You see, this guy's going to get it. He's going to get a nice hammer,
Do
and
it.
that's going to
Do
be the
it.
video. That's going to be the video. We're just going to do. We're going to get.
Sure,
I'm
do
going
it
to find
now. Don't
10
blame him.
things.
Do it
Wait,
now.
do it now.
Do it now.
But if I do it
Do
now,
it.
then I gotta go get the other one.
Poor little baby can't do it now. Look
No,
at
I
little
can.
Kirsty.
I can. I can.
He's all
No,
tough.
no, look.
Whoa, my
I can.
Canadian
Let's see.
tuxedo won't let me. Oh, that's not broken. That's some Lego.
I gotta go
Lego
get him.
pieces.
He's right here. Here,
Yep. Let's see
Brian.
it.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Oh, okay. Well, his hat came off. we're gonna go there. But let's see. Wait, is he powered
Brian,
on?
I'm so sorry.
You are making
not
children
on.
cry right now, Kirk.
I'm so sorry, children. But Brian needs to be brought down to size. For so long, he's been
I've
mean to
already
me
been
during
brought down
quarantine
to
chat
size this week.
for so long. And you know,
Do it,
he's
Kirk.
had
Get
it
your
coming.
revenge, man.
He's
Do it.
had
Do
it
it.
coming. Here we
Kirk
go,
has
Mario.
finally reached his breaking
Mario.
point.
Let's go. Oh wait, nope. Okay. See, he's a tough guy. He's a real tough guy. We're gonna
On the floor. Give it to Boo.
let's go. Okay, here we go.
First time. Okay. There we go.
Oh,
Mamma mia.
All right, we got a little dent right to the back. We're gonna keep cracking at it though.
Wait, make a full out video and we'll post it, Kirk.
Full video? Okay. All right, because I've already done the damage to him.
Right.
So there's no point.
I mean, as Brian pointed out earlier, none of his reviews got any views, so we gotta do something with the Mario content.
All right, so just a second. Just in the chat, John, can you highlight Marvel Kid 25 statement? Just go ahead. Oh, you got anvils just laying around, so might as well grab one of those and just drop. Look, we are not Looney Tunes. The minifigures that are coming out are. I can't just wonk. Yep. Nobody's a blacksmith here.
Boy.
Nobody.
you need to make sure you turn it on and
I will.
then smash it with the hammer, and then you
I'll
go.
get some
It's
back.
Mario.
Why, Brian? Why?
Oh man. Yeah, I'll grab his hat and stuff, make sure his buttons and everything are on his overalls. Just get that going, power up, and I'll work on the video. Just send it to Timmy. He'll get it.
I might
Kirk,
put
you
one
really
in a
missed-
vice and
you
then
missed
just
the
slowly
opportunity.
turn the vice and squeeze
I
it.
really
What?
did.
Let's
You missed the
crowdsource the
opportunity to put
video
it in the penguin suit.
It's not lost yet. It's not lost yet.
for
Still do
ultimate
it.
pain. We'll
You can still
crowdsource
do
the
it.
video with fans send in clips of the most creative way they can destroy their Mario, and we'll compile them all, and then that will be a popular video, and then we'll make another popular video with Brian reacting to Mario being destroyed, and we'll get 2 pieces.
Oh yeah,
of
that'll
popular
just.
content.
But Josh, life isn't about clicks. It is about joy, isn't it?
No, it's about clicks.
Joy. If you destroy the toy, the joy is gone.
No, the joy
You know
is in
what I
destroying the toy, Andreas.
Well, Brian is our favorite toy, so getting a reaction out of him is just great. That didn't land well, did it?
I
This
think
is what
last
happens when
time-
Brian actually
last
builds
time-
Lego sets on stream.
1 year ago was the last time that I really understand what is going on in the stream. So now I pop up from time to time. It's like my daughter is in bed. I went downstairs. Oh my goodness, I could join the beloved Brick family here for a few minutes. Last time that there was this new YouTuber, Jamebricks, on. This time we have somebody destroying Super Mario. Next time we'll see any new hairstyle of Brian. It's interesting. What's going on here?
Brian's going to get a perm.
Please.
What do you mean, get a perm? I think he already has.
Is there something special with the hair of Brian? I don't think so.
It's just very unkept. Is all it is.
Brian, you've got some ladies that like your curls like that, though. So don't listen to
Not
that.
enough of them.
Bunch of nerds.
Not enough of them, Jeff.
Here's a comment from Moto that'll help you out, Brian.
Baby, don't hurt me.
So I just forgot to answer the question of my good friend Chris in the chat. Of course, they're going to be a big movie, I would say, in 2 years after the whole pandemic thing, where we'll give you all the answers to this Edward Snowden thing. There's going to be
Story that no one needed the answer to.
Wait.
Wait. It's time for the end of the story.
Andres, you don't have to name drop and act like you're good friends with all of these people in the Lego community. It's okay.
Chris is no, Josh. Chris is my only friend. Don't get me wrong here. Chris is my only friend. Shout out to Chris, good friend
Your
from
only
England.
friend.
No, Dan, you got to stand down. He said it was in 2 years when the movie comes out. Okay, that's when the end of the story happens.
That's how long the movie takes.
This is just a teaser, you know. This is, I mean, I have my own website. I have to make my own stuff. So it's just a teaser, Josh, as you know. Just a teaser.
Anything hot and spicy coming out on Sazumgabat these days? What have you been publishing over there?
You know what? This is a good question. Let's make some advertisement here, kind of for my blog, because there's a great article online. Maybe is your brother John around? Is he in the room? Is he somewhere?
I think he is. I think so.
Okay, John. You know, you're a good friend of mine too, beside Chris. So I have 2 friends in the whole brick community.
You keep talking about Chris.
Chris,
he was in the chat, way up there.
Chris is in the chat. He's a very good friend of mine, and maybe he would say so too. I don't know. But there's a really interesting article on Samgebaut. John, if you visit my little website, you will find the article.
No, we don't give free shout-outs, Andreas, so no screen sharing.
on the 8th.
Andres, anytime I say anybody's a good friend of mine, they usually disagree, so don't lead with that anymore.
Josh asked me, and I will bring some interesting brick content right to you. Right
yeah,
now.
I think John is trying to pull it up.
We published an article and make the comparison like 2011 and 2021 and showing different sets and see if it's really more expensive than 10 years ago. And it's a really a good article of Johan, and there's a lot of discussion in the comments, and you see all the different sets and like this comparison thing, you know, like we've seen one sand speeder 10 years ago and now, because many people are claiming Lego is getting more and more expensive. And if it's true, you can check out on zamgebaut.com. Josh, you asked me, there's no screen sharing.
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Here you see,
but it's not in English, so it's not worth reading.
So as you can see right here, the base plate is still the same price like 10 years ago, for example, in comparison. And then you could, if you scroll down, you see many different sets, and you have kind of in comparison, like here, it's not exactly the same set, but we have, of course, the weight, we have the number of bricks, and as you can see here, we have 2 police boats, ships, whatever, and now this seems to be more expensive. But then we have other sets where you can see that it's kind of the same pricing, or it's a little bit or a bit more expensive. Here we have a tractor, like again, 10 years from now, it is the same price per brick like 10 years ago. But of course, we have sometimes bigger and other bricks. So it's not easy to make a comparison, but it's a good thing to show, like trains, for example. This is interesting because trains are really more expensive these days because of all the power functions and the powered up system, which is getting more and more expensive. But other sets are totally fine if you have the comparison between 10 years ago and now. Okay.
That's hard-hitting Lego journalism. Good job.
It's a great article of Johan. So again, somebody who's writing great articles for Samgebaut, and a lot of work he put into this article to show the differences. And it's really interesting to read because many people are claiming, for example, here, the speeder of Star Wars, it's getting more and more expensive. And it is sometimes the other way around. Like if you see here, the exactly it's not the same set, but it's kind of the same speeder, and you can see here it's more expensive, but you have far more bricks in the set. So yeah, it's really interesting.
It's actually pretty interesting.
It's really good read, I have to say. You can use Google Translate. And there's one more funny thing about this article. We asked the people in the beginning, the readers, and in the end, what do you think? Is Lego more expensive these days, like 10 years ago? And in comparison, you see, like in the beginning, people say, yeah, of course. And in the end, many people say, it's somehow the same pricing. So this is interesting. I mean, of course, you can find other examples where it's the other way around, is something like, but this crane, for example, it's the same pricing, kind of the same number of bricks included. So this is, in my opinion, really interesting. And Josh, you asked me for brick content. So I gave you the answer here.
Thank you. Also,
And
Chris in the chat clarified your deep friendship and how that happened. So it was Fan Media Days 2018, and basically everybody besides Andreas met together and decided who was going to be Andreas's friend, and Chris got the short straw. So that's how that worked out.
So shout out to Chris. You know, Hugh is a nice guy too, but it's actually Chris who is my good buddy. So, and here's even more content. You know, you just bring me on for 50 minutes. Brian is asleep, but here you can see the new buggy, which I built for you exclusively. And this is a really nice little vehicle here. I can add this board. And if the summer is near, you have one minifigure, nice colors, and you see 4 wheels. And this is the back, the front. So this poly bag is out there. It's number 30369, and you can find it in many places. In Germany, for example, you have to look for it in shops like Rossmann.
Thank you. That's so helpful to all of our non-German viewers.
Let me get this straight. Are you and Edward Snowden in the same compound? Was that the story you were telling us before?
About. Okay.
And I'm really sorry. I totally understand that you have some questions left, and I will answer all your questions in the big press conference 2 years from now, where I'm more than happy to answer your questions. You're welcome there, and I can give you all. But right now, it's all under embargo. The big movie will be out there soon. There isn't even the final name, but it's going to be a big story, and I hope you will all enjoy the movie.
Right. So we just got to wait for you to finish out your prison time.
Somehow it is this. Yeah, you're totally right, Dan. It is this way.
All right. So I swapped out batteries, right? This is gonna be a good video, chat. This is gonna be a really fun video, I swear. I swapped out.
Okay, go ahead, Sarker.
I put batteries in. This guy keeps turning on himself. And you want to know what happened already? Look at that screen. Doesn't that look great, Brian? Doesn't that look great? I'm gonna try and focus it in real quick. Hold up. Nope, wrong thing. Hold on.
Yeah, you can't even use the camera, let alone bring Mario.
Hey, be quiet. Don't be upset. Gosh darn it.
What you're trying to tell me is that you have the ability to turn an Italian plumber on.
Brian, what were you trying to say earlier? I know how upset you are with Mario.
I was going to pivot away from that and ask why April is having Mario being eaten by Carnage.
Carnage is hungry.
Yeah.
And then I was then going to transition into what she thought of the Carnage bus to go away from my sweet, beautiful boy being decimated. But
it's going to be
you're just transitioning, just keep pivoting away from it, and eventually we'll stop talking.
Yeah.
And you guys reckon that I'm not family friendly? I know what's happening there.
Look what I got now.
You're not playing with
Mamma mia! I know, right?
That's what he's gonna be saying as I do all that damage in the video.
Mario's having a good time with Carnage.
It doesn't look much like a spider yet, though.
Yeah, it looks like kind of like a temple, like a jail cell. It's got a lot going on.
It's got a lot to come yet.
Yeah,
I like how temple and jail cell are kind of similar things in your mind.
I mean, it looks like right up there.
It does, yeah. It has like an Ninjago vibe. Yeah.
Like that looks like a final battle arena right there.
Yeah. Those new pieces, those new corner pieces for that roof and that slope, absolutely beautiful. I guarantee we're going to see them come out in some form of Asian architecture. I guarantee it. That piece has got to have been made for it. It's perfect.
Maybe I should run Mario over with my car. Well, I don't have a car that I know how to drive, but I can use my skateboard. I can use my skateboard. That'll work. Just keep putting
suggestions. A car is not that difficult.
I don't want to crash, Jeff. Okay, I don't have my license or a permit. I don't know how to drive.
He's only 11, Jeff. Okay.
Hey, no. It has nothing to do with that. It just has to do with the fact that I'm not ready to drive yet. I'm too nervous.
You're like.
I'm too nervous. Okay.
So I actually have to get going. As scintillating as this conversation has been, And I'm not here for all of this Mario and hammer business unless it's Donkey Kong, Mario, and a hammer do not mix. Just saying.
I wholeheartedly agree.
But
We know you do, Brian. We know you do.
it's been great seeing everybody, and I'll see y'all next time. All right,
See ya.
bye.
Later.
Take care.
Oh, there goes the voice of reason.
Now let's talk, finally. Okay, how's everybody?
Yeah, because you just haven't gotten a word in, Andreas, have you?
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Those times. By the way, April, may I ask you something?
Yes.
Do you think? I mean, you know me now since 1 week.
Mhm.
Like,
Do you think I should start a career on Twitch?
Absolutely.
Not.
Am I the
No.
Twitch guy?
Yes, you totally should. Here's why. The most successful streamers on Twitch can talk continuously, and you have the gift of gab.
Thank you so much, but my problem is really, and Josh, this is your fault, I have to say, because we haven't met in so many years now. It's really hard to it's not hard, but it's more exciting to speak English. It's not so easy, you know. When we see for 1 week, it's like I'm talking English and I don't think of German anymore. But now I'm listening to some late night shows and stuff, but I
We
don't
suck
speak
the
English
German
at all.
side out of you.
But I will try hard. Okay, April, next question. Should I speak in German, English, or French? Which language should I
French,
choose?
definitely French. You told me a bunch of times that your French isn't even very good. Like, how would that even work?
The thing is, if April is saying, and you already did, I should start my own Twitch channel. I will do so after this live stream.
Okay.
I will start a Twitch.
Do it. Do
Whatever.
it.
I have never been there. I've never seen any Twitch live stream. I never did.
Mhm.
I've never seen TikTok Toe. I've never seen anything of. I just think, okay, now it's time for Twitch, and Dan will be there too. I think.
Well,
Yep.
I don't know what you said
He
to
will be.
Dan, but
Nothing. Dan, what's going on with us? We know since so many years, I would say. So it's
he can't hear you. He has no
My
idea.
ears are bleeding.
fine.
No, Andreas, you don't just do it in English. Don't worry if your English isn't great. It's more entertaining that way. When
Exactly.
yeah,
Well,
it's even-
it
it's even
is.
better.
I know.
So
This
just do it.
city
and
German
just-
talking stuff. This is my
Be
my
yourself
way.
and just go for it.
Yeah, man.
I
And then
will.
you
Come
I
to
will.
and
Twitch.
Brian can play Fortnite together on Twitch, and that'll be even better content.
Come
Or
to Twitch,
Mario
Brian.
Kart or something that you actually know
Andreas.
how to play.
Gotta join the Twitch fam. Come and do it. Come and do it, Andreas.
Okay, I will. I will.
You will be welcome into the Twitch fam
And
with
I
open
will,
arms.
I will follow between the bricks on Twitch. I will follow April B, who's very big every Wednesday, 2 p.m.
Very
live
big every
with new
Wednesday.
Lego content. And of course, Brian is there. Is there a Twitch Beyond the Brick channel?
Yeah, they're streaming on it
Yes,
right
we're
now.
streaming there right now. How are you not following
No
us?
way! No, you're streaming on Twitch also?
We are massive Twitch streamers, Andreas.
I didn't know that. But oh my goodness! So I could do like, I have so many new opportunities. I mean, I could invite Brian for 10 minutes, then talk to April, then ask Dan 2 or 3 times. Could you maybe join us for, And this is going to be a big hit. Kirk, are you on Twitch as well?
Yeah, sort of. Not really. Sort of. I do it under another name.
Oh.
Okay, and Jeff, are you on Twitch?
No, Jeff doesn't do Twitch.
Jeff
I don't
has
do Twitch,
standards.
Not yet. I still I want to. I just need professional lights. I need an actual area to do it in. That's the plan eventually. Brian's been kind enough to kind of mentor me in the way of production value. So if anything goes wrong from here on out, it's Brian's fault.
Jeff, if there's one thing you should have learned from the quarantine cast, it's that being professional is not a need when you're starting streams.
Nah.
Well, I
You've
mean,
gotta hit that go live button, man. No one cares about any of that.
if y'all catch me on Friday on Tons of Fun, you'll see the best unprofessional show ever.
Real quick before this gets real quick before this gets lost. Thank you, Lost. Oh my, I can't speak English.
Word.
Lost War, thank you for the $10 dupa uba sticker.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for the money.
I've gotta stop by Chick-fil-A and pick up a little something for Brian. There's been a lot of good super chats recently, and by that I mean I'll buy myself a sandwich and eat it thinking of Brian.
Boom.
That's all. You know, that's the most thought anyone will give me all day. So I appreciate that, Joshua.
Brian, you seem to be. Are you tired today? It's not the Brian I know from last week.
I don't know what it is. Mate, I think it's because there's nothing spicy going on today. And the fact that Jeff is here, it just saps so much energy out of me. And it gets transferred into the void.
How much spiciness do you want, Brian? I'm giving it to you.
Kirk, I've had a week already, and it's only Tuesday. All right, I need like an injection of just like, I need a little.
Mm-hmm. Josh, this is your chance to get your show back because Brian is down there.
I gotta seize the moment to take back power.
They're on the ground, and you could attack now and say, "Hey, this is my show. And we on the break. Good to see everybody. I'm Joshua Hanlon." But nothing. Like
now you're speaking my language. See, whenever I want to talk to you about anything military history related, you just ignore me. But now you're speaking my language.
I don't even know what you're building. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm working on this excavator. It's pretty cool, actually. It's not as bad as some other technical builds I've done.
Wait, you're still not done with that? How many pieces is it?
No, I've been. It's not even that big, but it's Technic, and Technic takes me so long.
Right.
I'm such a slow builder, Brian. You know that.
Oh no,
I'm sorry, but we've been sitting here for 2 3/4 hours, and I didn't even realize you were building anything at all.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's the first time.
I knew he was doing something, but I don't think he ever showed us what he was building.
If you showed up when the stream started, Dan, I mentioned it at the beginning.
I was pretty close.
Really waiting to see the progress on the excavator that Joshua was building. I was on pins and needles, crossing my fingers, hoping for the best.
Everybody's here since the beginning of the stream? Really?
Yeah, except you, Andres. What's wrong?
No,
April, you're sitting here for 2.5 hours and doing this live stream?
Yeah.
I've been moving a lot. I get up.
Respect.
I like sitting here for that long.
Oh, I think once, I'm sorry, Josh, I think one live stream I was live the whole time, the first time with Jane Briggs, I think I was there. The only time
by the way, Andres, did you know that me and Jang Bricks are best friends now? I took over for you.
I have to clarify this. I'm a good friend and very good friend of Chris, and and John is a great guy. I'm a buddy of John. Jane Briggs is not a friend of mine. Jane Briggs is a builder. He's somebody. He's
a professional colleague.
But it's like when we would meet somewhere, we say, "Hey, good to see you. Hey, how are you doing?" And that's it. It's not this atmosphere where you think we can chat for hours. It's professional, But Chris, I mean, he's a great guy. He's really.
Brian, do you know who Chris is that Andres?
I don't know who anyone is.
So Chris, Brickset. Obviously, Hugh Millington runs Brickset, but Chris is like his right-hand man over there and writes a lot of articles and does a lot of great work that Brickset puts on. And we've seen him at like fan media days in Billund and stuff in the past, things like that. So just to clarify, so you know who Andres keeps talking about.
Okay,
Chris, I talk about the one and only Chris. Is when you're in the Lego business and you don't know who Chris is, get out.
Well, luckily, I don't have a Lego business. I got a video gaming empire.
And you have a lot of fans on Twitch.
Yes.
By the way, who's the owner of Twitch?
Amazon.
Amazon. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Did they buy the company or was Twitch there before and then Amazon gave them $10 and so it's Amazon now?
Was it only $10? Wow.
It was a Big Mac and $5.
So they bought Twitch. Amazon bought Twitch. Am I right here?
Yeah, you said who's the owner of Twitch. I thought you said who's Fiona on Twitch.
No, I heard that too.
This,
too many
this is my
accents
next
on the
question.
I'm not
show.
sure. I'm
This
not
is
sure
my-
who
this is my
Fiona
next-
is. To be fair,
You totally, yeah. You don't get me wrong. This was my second question. Who's Fiona? This is the second one.
yeah,
I
I don't know.
I want to run a situation by everybody in the chat. D Runzer says, Brian, what would happen if you, Andres, and Jeff all went on vacation to Dan's house in Switzerland? I feel like that would be something I would have to see.
Well,
How do
you
you
wouldn't
think?
find Dan, so
I was reading that too, and I'm like, who's buying me a house in Switzerland, and who's flying me there? If this
But Josh-
accent sounds like I'm Swiss,
Sorry.
I'm doing
But Josh,
something wrong.
you can answer the question in the chat because we've spent weeks together. We shared tiny rooms in Manhattan without any light, no window. We had those times. Tell Dan, tell Brian, tell Jeff, what is it like to share a week or even longer with myself? You can give the answer. Feel like New York, as you can see right here.
it's deeply disturbing, and every night gets harder and harder until eventually he flies home. That's pretty much how it
Exactly.
goes.
Sounds about right.
One night he just would. We were in New York. This was when we were there for Toy Fair, and he just would burst out laughing for no reason in his bed at night, just completely, and he just couldn't control it.
I was
You
so
know,
happy.
they're trying to
I was
sleep,
so
and he just continually would just start laughing about things he thought of that were funny from the day.
And the fun thing is, John and I know why it's funny, and you're not. That's just because you haven't seen it. It's really an insider here, but this is the main reason why I laugh so hard for 2 hours because John and I have seen
Don't tell
something
the
which
story
is
because you can't
unbelievable.
understand it.
And you haven't seen it. You've been there too for 1 hour, and you haven't seen it. It was.
It's
was
impossible to understand if you weren't there. But anyway,
No,
yeah, that's what it's like with
It's an
Andrea.
insider, and we should leave it this way because we don't want to hurt anybody. We had a great time, but there was something John and I know it is totally weird, but Joshua didn't see it. But
We're
Brian,
going to bring
there's
it back to serious Lego builder Brian Saviano.
oh my goodness, look at this.
Wow.
Right as Brian held up his build, we got this comment.
Hey, Shadow, get out of here.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
I don't like
We
this
find-
channel anymore.
Extreme characters back.
We finally show something Lego related and they don't like it.
Shadow the Hedgehog, really?
Guys, I got tracks on
wait.
this now. It's pretty sweet.
I mean, edgy. What?
Isabel, have a good night. Also, Deanna, I gave a $5 super chat before, but I ignored it because, thank you, Deanna, for your money.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So just to end this other topic, because I'm really in.
Yep, we've got to wrap things up here, Andreas.
There's going to be a new me in a few minutes. April, is Twitch more important these days for the kids out there in comparison to YouTube? So is Twitch the new thing? Is Twitch, so have to be, that's it.
No,
I will
definitely.
delete my YouTube channel. Is it, or just leave it there because nobody cares for YouTube anymore?
No, leave it there because if you have a YouTube channel, then you can drive your audience over to Twitch. That's what all the experts say.
Twitch.
We really should have some real talk for a minute. Okay, we really should. Okay,
Oh, no.
real talk. Real talk. Twitch is a great platform for streaming on because it's very interactive. If you want to be an interactive streamer, then do it on Twitch. However, real talk, Twitch has zero searchability to find streamers. It's got no what's the word that they use?
Discoverability.
That's it. There's no discoverability at all. So you use your other channels to drive people to Twitch. The best thing about Twitch, though, is that the brick building community in itself is growing stronger and stronger and stronger every day. It's getting better and better and better. And the community rallies around itself, and we all share and raid into each other and take our viewer audience to the next Lego streamer on Twitch who will then often raid into another one and another one and another one. So it's a fantastic platform. Don't give up your YouTube. Keep that going. Run them all together. But you would be welcome to the Twitch community in open arms.
I will be there. As I promised April, I will be on Twitch soon. There's going to be, it's kind of a dream comes true. It's really the next big thing. So I'm going to be on MySpace, on Twitch. It's awesome. So I will rock every platform. It's really
Beyond the
nice.
Brick has 130 followers on Twitch. I just checked. Our latest followers, none other than Bricks O'Brien. I'm not sure why it took him that long to follow, but it's okay.
How many followers has Brian and April in comparison? Who's the biggest star, the biggest Lego Twitcher?
Well,
Brian's not even a Lego person on Twitch. Don't even.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell.
The
Nobody
name
knows
is
that Brian is
sparse.
also playing with Brick because he's a strong gamer and gaming all the time. And he
Hides his Lego hobby from his gamer
it's
friends.
this layer thing. Like you were doing your job there for the kids. Like, hey, I'm cool. I'm playing any combat mortal stuff, and then you're the guy who plays with bricks all the time. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but you're high professional Lego Twitcher.
That's all I do, man. It's all I do. 100% Lego, Keeping it
Here we
real.
go, Dan.
None of this
We
fake
have this-
gamer Lego streamer stuff.
We had this thing, it's like, yeah, I know. We're the Lego guys, of course. And April, you're doing like brick content too, also.
Oh, all the time. Yeah, that's all I do.
Only Lego related brick content. Here we go. That's something here. Okay, great. And Jeff, you're not on Twitch, as I mentioned before.
I'm on YouTube.
To
I
answer
stream
your
there.
question, the biggest or the one with the most followers, genuine, dedicated Lego streamer on Twitch would be Brick and Nick.
Brick and Nick, I know he was here in your stream too, right? I've met Brick and Nick once, I think.
That's right. Have you ever met him in person? I'm trying to think, Andreas. Have you ever?
I remember the first time and it was like, when you remember this scene in slow motion, when you had the strings in your head and the music. I remember I was walking right to the Millennium Falcon, the white one, from the Han Solo movie. And there was this guy standing and I was filming on my own. And I asked, hey, could you please open all the elements and I can film it? And he looked at me, I looked at him, it was like boom, and this was Brian. Brian, this is how we met like 4 years ago. I remember it like
Our eyes
What's that
locked
have to do
across
with
the
Nick?
convention hall
It
floor.
it was amazing. It was amazing. It was
had nothing to do with Nick. That was.
oh my god, it's those crazy times, Brian.
Oh, all right,
By the
cool.
way, the video is still up there. So you can see Brian in action, voll zusammengebaut, opening this Millennium Falcon.
And that's when the partnership started.
Or the Brick Show, right, Brian?
Yes, way back
Yeah,
in the day.
okay. Yeah, the Brick Show. Brick Show. Oh my goodness, those guys.
Can we please get a screen share of that Twitter?
Yeah, I wanted to call
In the
attention to how
private chat.
boring. So today's episode was so boring that Kevin had to draw something to keep himself busy. And I wanted to draw attention to
It captures Brian
What is
so
it?
perfectly. This is what we were talking about earlier with Flynn. This is how photographs were made in the early days. It's perfect. We got to see it. Look at this. Look at this. Oh,
Oh my goodness. Oh, Kevin.
What is that?
The accuracy is one thing.
Boy.
Oh my goodness. I wish we could heart that more than once.
that's talent right there. You've got to admit that Mr. Hinkle has a gift. He definitely has a gift. And that
eyes in the hair.
that's just
Kevin,
brilliant.
Kevin, could you please send me a copy of
That's
this
brilliant.
image because you know how much I love Brian. I mean, this
Did Brian
this would
sign
be
that and sell it?
masterpiece in my
Right.
office. I mean, it's awesome.
Right, that needs to be his new signature. That you need to make that your profile pick everywhere because it's beautiful. It's brilliant. I love it. Oh,
Awesome.
jeez. Absolute gold.
Hey, love you too, Kevin. Love you
Kevin
too.
is great. Kevin is awesome. Kevin is not a friend of mine, but he's awesome.
So, Brian, there's already Brian fan art out there. We know that there was a fan fiction out there with you in it. I mean, what's next for you, bud?
Brian for president.
No, get me like a late night TV show with like a contract and like.
You and
sustainability.
Andreas can do a late night show together.
The problem is like the problem is your name, Brian.
What do you mean?
I wasn't sure where he was going.
Your name, you have to be.
I wanna-
you know,
I
there's
wanna know where
Conan
this is
Brian
going.
out there since 60 years. You know, this Brian, this Conan O'Brien. It's like yes, maybe this Sevillano thing, like Spanish, like you know, something special. You know, but beside that, I would say the problem is if Brian and I would run a late night show together. What's going on? I mean, is Brian the host? And I'm the band leader. What's
No,
going on?
you would be the guy that I toss over to, you know, like the Andy Richter to Conan O'Brien. You're Andy Richter, and I'm like, Andres, what are we doing? And then every intro starts like, Brian, it is so good to see you. I am so happy to be here. Thank you for having me on the show. I hope you are doing well. Hello, everyone. You'll start every single bit like that for 5 minutes.
You're totally right. The only problem is I would say is this is the perfect solution. But Brian, there's one story, and okay, I'm not allowed to share a story. But Joshua is the reason because I would say no. When you've once had the experience to be the host of a real late night show, as I did in New York City, in Rockefeller Plaza, and you did this once.
Have you seen that video, Brian?
It's
Oh, wait, Brian's never seen that video, Andres. We've got to send that to him.
It is really, you know me, Brian. I would say I'm not a shy person. I would go so far. But I was standing there with a whole tourist group, and there was the opportunity to do a late night show. And you've got the here we go. And Josh and John really kicked me in the ass. Do it right now. You're the host. And this is the end of the story. So I was the host. It was awesome, and I still could cry. And here we had the band. Awesome guy.
That's awesome.
Brian, the commentary, like Andreas actually talking and doing this interview and everything is so good. We'll definitely send you the video.
That's incredible.
This was, I would say, one of the best days of my life. Thanks to John and Josh, who really told me you have to do the host thing because I'm from Germany and maybe it's stupid if I go there with my accent. No, you have to do it. And it was
he wasn't going to do it. We're like you. We're born to do this, Andreas. This is you. This is what you do. You've got to go up there and do it. It's so good.
And in the end, and I didn't know that, I was actually sitting on the desk of Jimmy Fallon. This is the original desk of his first gig on NBC. So this was really this is the hype level up there, and it was so much fun to do so, and it was awesome again. And and you see John and Josh in a second as well.
Shout out to John for setting up our getting us to see the showing of recording of Jimmy Fallon's show and then doing this tour and everything. He set all that up, so he was very good about that.
Again, John and Josh, thank you so much for this experience. It was a lovely day in this whole building. It was fantastic to see everything. And so this was really fun to talk to her.
There are so many people watching who care about this right now, so I'm glad we're sharing it.
Who is that lady? Just a random person?
No. She's a big actress from Brooklyn.
That's awesome.
All right.
Well known. It was really lovely. So again, so much fun. You can do the studio tour on your own after pandemic, I would guess. And it was really John, you have to show yourself and Josh.
We
in the end.
were in the sound booth. We were behind the scenes together, but I don't know if you can.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
No,
in
that's the
a
camera
second.
people.
In a second. Here we go.
Oh,
John and Joshua Hansen.
Joshua,
He
are
was
you wearing
thanking
a
us at the end.
jacket in that?
This was great. Really, it was great. And
what is this?
This. I add something. You know me. So this is another funny story. You see this guy on the right there. I follow him since 3 years now on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Gitch, Pitch. He's such a great ukulele player. And we didn't know who he is. He just stepped by and sing along. And so he's actually a really great guy, and he's doing great stuff, even in this pandemic time. So he's doing like live home recordings all the time and sessions. And I follow him, and it's so much fun to see him on Instagram, Binstagram, Kinstagram. So it's really great. Yeah, this is how you meet people. You just go out there, and now I'm sitting here.
That's right. Well, I can tell
You're not
Brian's
wrong.
ready to end the stream, so we should probably wrap things up.
I can't believe how much like this artwork makes me look like me, and I also look like a frog at the same time. I look like a frog.
May I say some last thing, Joshua, Kevin? You know you're a great guy. I love you. Could you please send me this image? And I have this big wall in my office. I mean, this would be lightning everything, like
Brian,
He needs a piece of art in the compound. Come on,
That's
Kevin,
right.
send it that way.
Please, Kevin, please to Germany. You know this band we have, like United States, America, Germany. You know this. You know, so please send the image to me. This is awesome.
Brian, has
like a
Kevin
giant
ever done like a
tapestry.
fan art of like a penguin, but with your face on it? Because I feel like that'd be the ultimate like mashup.
No, but who knows what he'll cook up next?
Because penguins are your thing, right?
Yeah.
There you go. I'm sad I didn't know that when I was in Antarctica. I would have brought you back some cool penguin thing.
That's okay, man. There's always next time.
What? Wait a second. What cool penguin things would you have brought back besides an actual penguin?
I can't talk about it live.
Okay.
But we should probably wrap up now. Kirk, what happened to your camera? You look like the old Oregon Trail game.
Wait, seriously? You know what
Yeah.
it could be? It could just be the stupid like sunlight just going in and out and messing it up. The lens on this isn't the best. Eventually, I plan to upgrade the camera.
Brian, isn't that the
But
camera you
that's-
sold him?
What?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much that can be part of this. It was so much fun to talk to everybody. Good to see everybody again. This is my only chance to see people. So thank you so much. It was good to see everybody.
One day a week they let him see people online.
Not his family.
Well, it's been great. Thank you everyone for joining. That is going to wrap it up for us today. We'll be back with another quarantine cast next week. We're coming up on episode 50 soon, so hopefully we've got something exciting for you. Maybe. We'll see. Bye.